Our coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Klein Electric, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs, Blessman International, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
And a very pleasant good evening, and welcome to the Dowling Catholic High School Gymnasium here in West Des Moines on this beautiful Friday, February 9th, 2024, as we get set for Dowling girls and boys basketball tonight, the final doubleheader of the regular season. They both go their separate ways after tonight. My name is Mark Amadale alongside Scott Babinett here on Iowa Catholic Radio. We'll be joined by the CISN group later on in our pregame. Scott, welcome, and here we are.
Yeah, it's a great night. The stands are already filling up for this. Hopefully it's a magical night for the history of Dowling Catholic girls basketball and 50-year celebration. And it'll be interesting to see who all is able to show up and be honored on this night.
Absolutely. And you mentioned it's also Dowling Catholic senior night, so they'll recognize the seniors for both the girls and boys programs at between games, after the girls game is over, before the boys game starts. And then the 50-year recognition of Dowling girls basketball will be done at halftime of the boys contest. And we'll be interested to see who does come back, who's able to come back. I know a lot of people are back, right, and we'll be here to broadcast. But before we start tonight's game and go through the starting lineups and of Dowling and Urbandale and their history, it is the Urbandale Jayhawks here at the Dowling Gym. But we also want to recognize, and we'll do this right now, for our Dowling Catholic High School Activity Spotlight. And congratulations to February's recipient. Matter of fact, she'll be a starter tonight. And that is Emma Hazel, Dowling Catholic class of 2024, for being a recognized witness to the very best of faith, academics, and student activities. And we're going to play Emma Hazel's interview with Deacon Mark Campbell that was heard earlier this month on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Right now, we want to welcome in our Dowling Catholic High School Activity Spotlight, Senior Emma Hazel. Good morning, Emma.
Good morning.
And I want to ask real quick, because you've been in Catholic, you've been given a Catholic education your entire life.
Yep.
Was Dowling ever out of the question, or was it always you were going to be going to Dowling when you went to high school?
So I went to Christ the King, and there was a lot of kids that were in my class that we were either going to Lincoln or other public schools.
Yep.
And my parents and I, the plan was always Dowling, but there was always a small doubt, is it going to work out? We'll see. But overall, my parents knew that they were going to want to send me there from the beginning.
Have that education. Mm-hmm. Great. Because your moms, they both teach in Catholic schools or involved in Catholic schools, right?
Yeah. So my mom is the assistant principal at St. Luke's, mm-hmm. and I didn't realize, but she just received recognition for 20 years in the diocese, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Congratulations.
And then my dad has been working about the same amount of time he's at St. Francis, and he teaches there. So
I assume with just a few months left in your high school career, no regrets, right, of going to Dowling?
Nope.
Let's talk about why not, because you've had some great experiences, it looks like, starting right with basketball. Give us a quick update on what's the status of the team, how are things looking as you head getting close to the postseason here?
It's going great. I mean, the season has been really fun. We've got a couple freshmen that have came in this year, and so it's been interesting getting to know everybody and knowing the people that were there last year, connecting all of us together. And we've been doing really well. We play tomorrow, we play Ames. We're looking to really confident going into the postseason, so I'm really excited to see what happens.
Any predictions? You guys, what's your thoughts? How deep's your run going to be?
Ultimately the goal is the championship. So right. We'll see. Lots of prep will go into that, but yeah it's exciting. Good.
And what's your role on the team?
I would say just big cheerleader, honestly.
Yeah.
I love just seeing all my girls succeed, and so it's really important that I'm just there every day working hard and making sure that everyone is where they need to be.
That is the true spirit of a team, right? Of everybody working hard to make, from number 1 to number 12 or however deep the bench is everybody's working hard to make everybody better. Mm-hmm. It's exciting. So what's been some of the highlights as far as your career goes? I know you played some basketball. The team went up to Minnesota Minnesota. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so every year we go to Minnesota for this tournament over Thanksgiving break, and we play 2 games, and this year we played 2 of the toughest teams in Minnesota. So that was really interesting to see how it would all play out, like being at the very beginning of our season. But when we're there, we like to spend time together, like team dinner, and just like also playing basketball, the game of basketball. But it's just really great experience, and it's like been fun all the years that they have gone. So
awesome. And now it's not all about athletics. We've brought you in here this morning because academics is a part of what we're trying to recognize here and talk about the education you've received and maybe who've been the most impactful teachers throughout your career, even if you want to go outside of your time at Dowling, since you've had a Catholic education throughout. Talk about those who have been most influential.
One person that comes to my mind immediately is Mr. Meeks. I had him as a teacher my sophomore year, and I had already heard the name. Like a lot of people would tell you, oh, Mr. Meeks, he's the best teacher, and like he's super nice. He's always going to be there for you. And I'm like, okay, this guy seems pretty good. Like, we'll see what happens. And what I didn't know is my dad had known him like before I even did.
Really?
And so, so he coached with him, I guess, like when he was younger. And so that was interesting. And like going in, I was like, okay, like I think this will be really good. And then he's just super sweet guy and very faith-filled. And so he's helped me a lot throughout my years at Dowling, especially.
Awesome. Very good. What other things have you been involved with in your time at Dowling?
So I'm in an Ufidum group, and that's one thing that's very important, that like we meet every week. That's been really great.
Who's your group mentor?
Natalie Boyce.
Okay.
So she's from Minnesota. So and she's recently converted.
Okay.
So it's been like an interesting journey, like her and then like us, like how we get to know each other and how we can teach her. Yeah, she still teaches us. So that's been really cool.
Awesome. Yeah. Many of we have a great relationship with the Ut Feed'em program over there. In fact, I think Ryland and somebody else will be on.
And that was the interview that could be heard on iowacatholicradio.com of Deacon Mark Campbell's visit with a member of the Dowling community in our Dowling Catholic High School Activity Spotlight, and that being February's recipient, Emma Hazel. And that's brought to you by Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology and Clive, offering a wide range of aesthetic and wellness services and providing customized care to have you looking your best. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. And our thanks to Emma Hazel, who tonight will be starting for Dowling Catholic, the lone senior on this Dowling girls basketball team. And, she is the February recipient of the Dowling Catholic High School Activity Spotlight. And you can listen to that full interview on Iowa Catholic Radio's podcast page. Go to Friday, February 2nd during the Catholic Morning Show with John Leonetti and Deacon Mark Campbell. And our thanks to Emma Hazel and her parents, Mike and Sarah, who are both teaching in the diocesan. Mike is a PE teacher at St. Francis, and Sarah Hazel is the assistant principal at St. Luke's, and she has 2 siblings, Logan, who is a 9th grader here at Dowling Catholic High School, and Laney, a 5th grader at St. Francis. So congratulations, Emma Hazel. So there you go, Mr. Scott Babinet.
Yeah. It was a impressive interview. I listened to the whole thing the other day. They posted on Twitter, and I thought I'm going to listen to it. And it's good to hear from some of these young athletes outside of the competition and hear where their hearts are and how they're being used and using their talents for good in this world.
No question about it. Well, we got a gym that's going to be overflowed tonight. And, yes, part of – not because only it's senior night. We're going to recognize the seniors. We're also going to have 50 years of Dowling Catholic girls basketball. Yes, I was a 6th grader at St. Anthony's when they sanctioned high school girls sports, girls basketball in the Des Moines area back in 1974. And here we are 50 years later recognizing the teams. And they'll, as I understand from Coach Tom Wilson, they'll do it by the decades. So that'll be my wife's group going out there first. And, yes, she never made a point, but she was the defensive stopper. She was the knee pads and defensive specialist back in the 6-on-6 days, Scott.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. I know the years I lived in California, I'd talk about 6-on-6 girls basketball, and I just couldn't explain it to people. They didn't get it. And but it was kind of a fun brand back then. You saw some interesting, big schools could play with the small schools or vice versa. You could see some incredible games in that breakdown, more so than you'd see in the 5-on-5.
So there will not only my wife's decade, but all the decades will be introduced, and we'll do that be halftime of the boys' game. So just pace yourself, folks. Dowling also having their senior night. Dowling boys have 10 players, and I think 1 or 2 managers. Dowling girls have 1 senior and 2 managers, and we'll be mentioning them throughout the night.
How'd you like to juggle that? A lot of coaches love to put the seniors that haven't been starting in the starting lineup. If you got 10 of them, how do you juggle that one?
Well, actually, there's an answer to that question. I don't know if I don't want to give out any scouting reports, but 5 of them will start tonight, and 5 will start against Lincoln, which we'll have Tuesday night for the Dowling boys. That's how Coach Einertson's handling it. 5 tonight and 5 on Tuesday. Does that answer?
It does. It does. I've seen it where he had, I think one year when I was coaching with Kristen, there was 6 seniors, and it was like, how are we going to work that one out? Yeah. So I think one of the seniors gave up their starting spot because they'd started throughout the year.
Right. So. That's kind of how you do it. And tonight that'll happen. As we mentioned, it'll be Emma Hazel getting the start. Katie Muller will give up her starting spot. Outstanding freshman for the Maroons. She will come off the bench tonight with Emma Hazel in the starting lineup. We're going to get to that, and we take a break. We'll take a 1-minute break before our starting lineups between Dowling and Urbandale, the girls contest. I want to thank all the folks behind the scenes, including our CISN crew, headed up by Justin Wolber and Pete Tarpey, Jose Guzman, and folks all behind us. We want to thank them. And, of course, everybody back at the Iowa Catholic Radio Network stations. Our studio producer tonight is Sophia Wilcom, and we appreciate having her tonight. We'll take a 1-minute break, come back, starting lineups. Dowling and Urbandale, the girls' game, coming up on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610, ashworthvision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Hey, we're back here at the Dowling Catholic High School gym. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinat. Girls game before the boys. Let's take a look at the matchups tonight. Dowling Catholic coming in on a roll, winning 14 of the last 15 games. They've won 6 in a row, and they've won 27 in a row over this Urbandale squad. And they come in with a record of 16-4, ranked 3rd in Class 5A. And Urbandale comes in with a record of 4-16 under first-year head coach Joey Aguirre. So that's kind of the tail of the tape, if you will, Scott, as we get set. Both teams still on the floor, warming up. And we'll get to lineups here shortly, but that's what we have at stake. Final regular season game for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have played obviously the opposite of record-wise, and it's been a tough year for Urbandale. But again, I think we talked about it in the first game. If they get some stability and throughout the coaching staff and start building their program, I think they'll be somebody to contend with in the near future.
All right, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First of all, for the Urbandale Jayhawks, again, their head coach Joey Aguirre in his first year, 4 wins, 16 losses, assisted by Nate Stevens, Andre Owen, Ty Sharon, and Annika Della Vadova. And they will start at point guard. Ella Schott, a 5'10 sophomore, wearing number 14. And basically a 5-guard lineup. The second guard is Tyler Mulligan, a 5'9 senior, averaging 5.5 points. She'll wear number 20. The third guard is Ava Wattier, 5'9 sophomore, averaging 4.5 points, wearing number 21. The fourth guard is Bree Tigas, 5'11 senior, averaging 5.5 points, and she'll wear number 22. And the fifth guard for Urbandale, Lauren Salmon, 5'8" junior, averaging 5.5 points and 4.5 rebounds. She leads the team in both scoring and rebounding. So it'll be Schott, Mulligan, Wadier, Tigas, and Salmon. Jayhawks come in averaging just under 40 points on offense and giving up 63 points on defense. And now for the home team on the scoreboard, Dowling Catholic Maroons under 8th-year head coach at Dowling, Kristen Meyer, 141 wins, 53 losses for 14th year overall. Assisted by Joel Danner, Audrey Faber. And the Maroons bring a 16-4 record into the contest, and they will start this lineup. At point guard, Ava Zediker, a 5'10 junior, one of the captains on this Dowling team, averaging 18.5 points, which leads the team in scoring. She wore number 13. The second guard is Emma Hazel, getting her first career start tonight, a 5'7 senior, and shooting 67% from the field is Emma Hazel. She wore number 31. And the third guard is another captain, Layla Tritton, a 5'8 junior, averaging 7 points. She wore number 15. At one forward, Ellie Olson, another captain, 5'10 junior, averaging just under 3 points per game. She wore number 5. And at center for the Maroons, Ellie Muller, 6'1 sophomore, averaging 12 points and 10.5 rebounds. And she wore number 23. So it'll be Zediker, Hazel, Tritton, along with Olson and Muller for Dowling Catholic, who come in averaging just under 59 points per game and giving up 42 points per game and coming in on a 6-game winning streak. So that's the tail of the tape there, Mr. Babinak.
Yes, it's the challenge tonight. I think when we saw the last time, we were both impressed with how the fight in Urbandale. They got down early and Dowling took it to them, but they kept fighting and scrapping to compete. And for Dowling tonight, it's the final tune-up, going into what should be a good state tournament run for them. The pairings came out this week. They put themselves in a favorable position. So you want to come out tonight and be aggressive, but you want to fine-tune all the things that the coaches have been emphasizing as you go into the next week in preparation for playoffs.
And our officials tonight, Jason Alons, Zach Havoc, and Steve Dick, our three-man officiating crew. We welcome them. And right now, our introductions being done on the court. We're going to be joined, if we're not already, by the CISN group, as we are simulcast tonight on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. And you can just pop that up on your YouTube page to watch the simulcast. All right, we'll take a break. As we come back, we'll have the tip-off between Dowling Catholic and Urbandale. But first, a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School, and our pregame prayer with Father Reed Flood, alongside Scott Babinett, Mark Amadale, and we'll return with the tip-off, Dowling and Urbandale, girls game on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe, and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Throughout history, our Lord has shown us that He is truly present in the Blessed Sacrament. Experience these wonders for yourself as Iowa Catholic Radio presents the Vatican International Exhibition Eucharistic Miracles of the World at Dowling Catholic High School in West Des Moines, now through February 29th. Learn more about how you can bring this beautiful panel display to your parish, school, or faith-based organization by calling 515-223-1150 or visit iowacatholicradio.com.
welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School gym. We're joined by our friends at CISN, Mark Amadale, Scott Babinet with Iowa Catholic Radio. So we hope you enjoy the broadcast tonight, whether you're watching, listening, or trying to do both on a Friday night. Not too bad today. Sun came out, temperature a little bit cooler, but this is pretty good weather for February to be outdoors. And today might have been one of the chillier days, but we saw sun and the snow is mostly melted.
Yes.
Scott,
everybody tells me, though, I need to be prepared for the state tournament snowstorm that'll be coming. I don't know. I think it's been about 50-50 in my years here. So
if I get an email from somebody from the girls' union about our broadcast and somebody saying that, oh my gosh, Scott, you can't be saying stuff like that.
I don't know.
State tournament.
They still play it.
They will. We've done it before.
Yeah.
They had a sock hawk back in the 50s with Frosty Mitchell. Folks remember him. All right, both teams getting out on the floor right now. Tonight's broadcast on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Fast Signs, Blessman International, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Again, our officials, Jason Alons, Zach Havoc, and Steve Dick. And Jason Alons will throw it in the air, and we're underway. Dowling wins the tip. The Maroons, it's Ellie Muller, who won the jump ball. Ava Zedeker, Layla Tritton, Ellie Olson, and Emma Hazel, number 31, starting her first career start tonight as Dowling with the ball. And right now, Urbandale staying man-to-man. Here is Muller dribbling from one side to the other. Double team, now picks up her dribble. 15 on the shot clock. Out to Olson, top of the key. Maroons in their home white uniforms with maroon trim and numbers. Going right to left on your screen. Underneath the shot up and no good. As the foul's on Urbandale, and Emma Hazel will be a non-shooting foul, and Waddle picks up the foul. So first team foul and first foul on Urbandale on Ava Waddle.
A good patient possession, ended up with a opportunity or close opportunity for a layup. And
the Maroons get it in. Tritton inbounds it to Ava Zedeker. Shot off the glass good. So just like that, Dowling 2-0.
And that's one of the things when they set up in their zone defense on the inbounds, Dowling wants to hit those gaps, and they hit it perfectly there for a layup.
All right, here's Urbandale with the basketball. Ella Schott, Taylor Mulligan, Ava Waddle, Bree Tiggis, and Lauren Salmon. Basically a five-guard offense for the Jayhawks. With it is Salmon down the lane. Her shot up off the glass too strong. Rebound Tritton and Dowling. The ball tipped away as Urbandale defended the outlet pass. And I think Mr. Alons wants to make sure the shot clock is correct. And he will do that with a steady crew at the scorer's table. Brian Hughes, Ted Power, Jay Rickey, and company.
What changed? Oh, there we go.
What did change? You figured out?
34 seconds. They went for 30. I just kind of think Coach Marr would say, let's let the ball go. Let's get going. Because they want to play the fast pace in this game.
Three-pointer, right corner, no good by Ellie Olson. Kevin Oddie is the official scorekeeper wearing the stripes in front of us. That was the last member. I failed to get him. And the long three was no good, as we mentioned. Dowling with the offensive rebound. Here's Zedeker. Dribble drives the lane. Pull-up jumper up. Good. Ava Zedeker, defended by Salmon, and Ava with the first 4 points, and the Maroons lead 4-0 over the Jayhawks, and the ball now knocked out of bounds after Dowling comes out with the press.
Yeah, they threw it across court there, and it was just out of range of the girl going to the ball.
Forcing the turnover, Dowling with it. Here's Olson left wing, wearing number 5, coming off a ball string. Zedeker top of the key. Ava down the lane. Leaves it for Ellie Muller. Her shot off the glass, good. Zedeker with the assist. Muller with the basket. Timeout, Coach Aguirre and Urbandale. And it'll be a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here with 6:18 to go here in the first quarter. Dowling 6 and Urbandale nothing. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinet. Thanks to our CISN crew who is here tonight, headed up by Pete Tarpey and Justin Wolber, Jose Guzman. Appreciate everybody here that are behind us. Our thanks to Bozen the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Klein Electric for supporting our broadcast all year long. And a reminder here on Iowa Catholic Radio, our next broadcast will be the boys' game next week. We have a pair of them. Tuesday night we'll be here at Dowling for a 6 o'clock pregame. Dowling hosting Lincoln in one game. And then on Thursday we'll be at the Norwalk gym. Dowling boys at Norwalk on Thursday. You and I will be back a week from tomorrow on Saturday, February 17th, as Dowling will take on either Lincoln or East in their region. And the winner We'll play the Ottumwa Roosevelt winner in the Dowling bracket.
I'm going to have to come to that Norwalk game.
Yeah, it's right down the street from you, I think.
A couple miles.
You condo dwellers there in Norwalk. Ball tipped out of bounds. For Urbandale, they're in the 5A regionals. They will play this Wednesday, Valentine's Day, February 14th. They travel to Waterloo East, and that winner will take on 4th-ranked Waukee Saturday, February 17th at Waukee. So the Jayhawks have a play-in game. 6-0 Dowling. 5:45 to go first quarter. Jayhawks with it. Mulligan down the lane to left hand. Her shot no good. Gets her own rebound and a shot clock violation as bodies hit the floor. Bree Tigas was in there with the rebound, but nonetheless, they ran out of time. Maddie Stutler, the first substitution for Urbandale, number 13. 5'11 junior, checks in the lineup.
And if you're Urbandale as a coach, you want them just to compete, and you're about closing gaps here when you're playing these secondary games. And for Dowling, it's just execute to perfection.
Now here's Olsen down the lane. Her shot no good. Hazel had the rebound. It stripped away. Bodies on the floor, ball on the floor. Zedeker with it, and a tie-up, and a jump ball will be Urbandale. So good hustle that time. A lot of players touched the ball, and once the shot is no good, everybody scrambled for it, and good hustle by both teams.
It is. It's good to see both teams coming out. I mean, it'd be easy for either one to kind of mail it in, but both coaches do a good job of getting their girls prepared, and it's a good start for Dowling, and you can see Urbandale's competing.
All right, a long three up and no good by Stutler. She's second on the team with made threes with 19, but offensive rebound, Urbandale. And underneath, a little step through, up and good by Lauren Salmon. Lauren with the first basket for the Jayhawks, 6-2 Dowling. Maroons underneath, and here's Hazel with the shot to left hand, no good. And a loose ball foul called on Urbandale and on Salmon. They say it was on the floor. It'll be Dowling out of bounds. Mariah Dixon checking in for Urbandale, number 2, a 5'5 freshman. Go ahead, Scott.
Good offensive movement and to create opportunities inside for the Maroons there.
Now Dixon checking in. She leads Urbandale with 26 steals, so keep an eye on that. Tritton for 3 left corner, no good. Ball slapped around, and Olsen comes away with it for Dowling. Offensive rebound. Brand new shot clock for the Maroons with 4.5 to go in the first quarter.
It's good to see Layla calling for the ball there. She hasn't been really looking to score that much last few games, and she was open and calling for it, so that's a good sign right there.
Here's Ellie Moeller, now to Tritton. Layla on the baseline, leaves it underneath to Hazel. Kicks it back out to Zedeker for 3. It's good. They're really trying to get Hazel a basket, she just kicked it out to Zedeker for 3, and Ava with her 7th point. Dowling 9. Urbandale 2, and now underneath the whistle and a foul as Urbandale attacks the glass with Mariah Dixon. Foul will be on Ellie Olsen of Dowling.
Yeah, Emma's just practicing what she's been taught all these last few years in the Dowling program. Pass for the good shots. She's not thinking, I might get my own shot here.
So Dixon at the free throw line, a 63% free throw shooter. First one up and rolls around and falls through. I knew that she'd get the Scott Babinette roll. Good for Mariah. 5'5 freshman. Again, leads the team with 26 steals, averaging 4.5 points, 1.5 rebounds.
I hope for her sake she turns into a much better shooter than I ever was.
Second free throw good by Dixon. And it's 9-4. Dowling with the lead. Pressure in the backcourt. Zedeker picks up her dribble. Gets it into Katie Muller, who just checked in off the bench for the Maroons. Now here's Zedeker on the baseline. It's cut off, leaves it for Muller. Katie with it, dribble drives in the lane, shot too strong off the glass. Offensive rebound, put back, and good! Emma Hazel with her first basket tonight in a starting role.
She got it. Off the offensive rebound, a great job there.
Don't forget that assist going to Zedeker. 11-4 Dowling. Hazel with the first basket. The only senior on the Dowling team, and she scores. Now the other way we go with Urbandale in their road blue uniforms, white numbers. Underneath the layup, good by Taylor Mulligan.
Very good attack there to get to the basket, and that's what you want to see is attack the basket, try to break down Dowling's defense there.
Macy Harnden in the lineup for Dowling, the 5'3 junior wearing number 33. So Harnden, Hazel, Zediker, Ellie Muller, and Katie Muller, the 5 on the floor. Here's Harnden for 3 in the corner, left it short. Rebound slapped around and into the hands of Urbandale. As Bree Tigges comes away with it in the front court to Mia German, who just checked in. German, a 5'6" freshman. Jayhawks get the ball inside, and a whistle and a foul on the Maroons. And they will get Emma Hazel for her first foul. Substitution for Urbandale, Lauren Salmon back into lineup. Jayhawks have rotated 3 in. Dowlings just has their 2. Harnden and Katie Muller coming off the bench tonight thus far. Inbounds pass tipped out of bounds. 2:38 remaining first quarter. Dowling by 5, 11-6 here in the Central Iowa Metro League conference finale. The conference season ends tonight for both the girls and boys teams. There'll be non-conference for the boys next week, postseason for the girls next week in classes 4A and 5A. And now Urbandale with the turnover as Ella Schott couldn't handle the pass coming from the baseline. It'll be Dowling basketball here, Scott Babinette.
Yeah, they had some good offense going there. Just the pass was a little too hard to handle there, and but creating some openings there.
Zediker with it. Underneath, gets to Hazel, kicks it back out to Muller. Ellie, a little scoop shot up and good. The basket will count and a foul on the Jayhawks. And Ellie Muller to the free throw line for Dowling Catholic. The foul will be on Maddie Stutler, her first, and team foul number 2 on Urbandale. Dowling with 2 team fouls in the first quarter with 2:12 to go, and Ellie Muller a chance for an and 1 here.
And those 2 girls have some pressure from the family there, right? Mom's here tonight as a Dowling Catholic state champ.
Yeah, she's under a different name. It's under Nahas.
Well, you see, you know all that, and I don't. But I know that
and
Mom
know
has
better.
some bragging rights in the family.
Should be under, I'm sorry, it's under Muller, but it should be under Nahas, Julie Nahas. First state championship team that I called.
That could be some interesting conversations at a dinner table as the, well, I've got a state championship.
Yeah. I can imagine the poor dad's going through with the Muller family, and that would be Richard. Shot up in the lane, no good by Urbandale. Dowling the other way. Katie Muller in the corner to Harnden. Back to Muller. Katie with it, right block. Turns, kicks it out to Zediker. Urbandale stays man-to-man. Ava down the lane. Shot up and good. Ava having her way. She has 9 points here in the first half to lead Dowling. Maroons by 10, 16-6, their largest lead of the night, with 1:30 remaining here in the quarter. Here's Schott with it. Skip pass over to Wadier. Guarded by Zediker. Dowling stays man-to-man on defense. They dump it inside to Tigges. On the baseline, her shot up, rolls off the rim, gets her own rebound, and draws the foul. Tritton will be whistled for the foul for Dowling, and free throws coming for Bree Tigges.
You can see that one. You can see that coming because those 2 were banging together, like on the, in the dribble drive and the defense, and they just kept coming at each other there.
I see Tigges in the softball field all summer. I don't see Ellie Olson because I don't work the Dowling games, but I see Tigges enough with Urbandale, and she's a shortstop outfielder, headed to DMAC to play softball in her senior year at Urbandale. She's also out for track, and Bree is quite the competitor. So when you say banging in there with the in the post, yeah, she will. And she's listed as a guard, but she has to play that post spot with a 5-guard lineup. Second free throw, good.
And Layla's a competitor, too, on defense especially, and she takes on those challenges, and she doesn't really back down from them, so that should be a good matchup tonight.
All right, Dowling leading 16-7. 1 of 2 did Tigges go at the line. Tritton with the reverse spin, reverse layup, good! Layla Tritton. Where'd she learn that move from? Was that you or Donnie?
I think it would be Audrey.
Layla Tritton with her first basket.
Didn't we say Audrey?
She scored us on Tuesday night at Northwest, wasn't she?
I felt like she played a great defensive game, but that's why I say tonight looking for a shot is much better. But I think we said we're going to give offensive credit to Audrey.
Oh, is that what it?
I thought that's what it was.
Then I'll strike the Donahue name from that. And Tom is here. He had a little procedure today, a little health procedure, and he is doing fine as we got a whistle and a foul on Dowling. They whistled Harnden for her first foul. 14 foul on the Maroons, 3 on Urbandale. 18-7, Dowling by 11 with 22 seconds remaining. Underneath, Urbandale, a shot up and good. Strong move that time by Taylor Mulligan. That's her 4th point. And the Jayhawks cut it to 9 with 12 seconds remaining. Shot clock turned off, the final seconds of the first quarter. Here's Harnden with it. Skip pass in the corner for 3, up and no good by Kayleen Klein. And now another 3 up and no good. And the half win will wipe out the basket with Dowling leading by the score of 18-9 over Urbandale in this final CIML matchup of the regular season here in girls Class 5A basketball. Alongside Scott Babinet, Mark Hamadale will return with the second quarter from the Dowling Gym on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym as we're underway here in the second quarter. Mark Hamadale, Scott Babinet on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN as we simulcast tonight. Dowling leading 18-9 at the end of one quarter of play. Urbandale now with the steal after Dowling's first possession. We'll get those first quarter stats in here in 1 minute. I know one thing, Dowling was 1 for 1 at the free throw line. Urbandale 3 out of 4 at the free throw line in the first quarter, but Jayhawks have it. They get underneath to Salmon on the right block. Turns into a double team and draws the foul. And Tritton is going to pick up her second. And this will be a shooting foul for Lauren Salmon. Her cousin Tommy is on the boys basketball team, which we'll see next here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. But Lauren will be at the free throw line here for 2. Eyes a bucket, and the first free throw good. Scott, you got to look at the first quarter numbers if you got your calculator all set.
Yeah, Dowling was 8 for 16 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3, 1 for 1 from the line, as you said. 7 rebounds, 5 of them offensive, 0 turnovers. For Urbandale, 3 for 9, 0 for 1 from three-point land, 3 for 4 from the line, 6 rebounds, 4 offensive, and 3 turnovers.
Both free throws good by Salmon. 18-11 is our score. Dowling with the lead, and now the Maroons race down court. Urbandale gets back, and they force a jump ball. And that'll be Urbandale possession.
Yeah, that's 2 possessions, basically 2 turnovers right there.
Urbandale with 4 seniors, 2 juniors, 5 sophomores, and 2 freshmen in their roster. Inside pivot, a shot up, blocked by Dowling, and Ellie Moeller. Urbandale retains possession with 20 in the shot clock as we're 1 minute into the second quarter. Dowling by 7. Long 3 up and good by Mariah Dixon. Her 10th made 3 of the season. And that cuts the Dowling lead to 4, 18-14. So Dowling's 11-point lead is now whittled to 4 with 6:45. And now here's Zediker. Pull-up jumper up and good. As she got right around Taylor Mulligan, and Zediker with 11 points.
Yeah, she's doing a good job getting where she wants to get on the floor to get the easier shots in the lane there.
20-14, Dowling by 6 in the lane. Shot off the glass, up and good by Taylor Mulligan. That's her 6th point. And Dowling by 4. Here's Tritton on the baseline. Kicks it back out to Zediker. Ava with it, spins, works the left block, finds a cutting Olsen, bounce pass underneath, tipped away, slapped away, and stolen away now by Mariah Dixon of Urbandale.
This is starting off kind of sloppy quarter for Dowling right now.
Now the ball slapped out of bounds by Tritton. Maroons are trying to get a 10-second backcourt violation.
And a ton of credit to Urbandale. They got down early, but they're sure fighting back to create the shots they want and taking advantage of the Maroons inside right now.
Ball remains in the backcourt, 26 on the shot clock. Jayhawks inbound the ball to Mariah Dixon. Dowling a little token man-to-man pressure. Tritton guarding Dixon right now, and she's playing with 2 fouls. With it is Salmon, top of the key, now down the lane against Muller. Shot blocked. Into the hands of Urbandale. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Dixon with it. Now they reverse it left wing. Here's Waddle for 3, and no good, missed everything. It'll be Dowling basketball with 5.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Halftime, we'll visit with Dowling boys basketball coach Justin Einertson. Preview his game with Urbandale. These two teams met back in January, and Dowling with a doubleheader sweep at the Urbandale gym. And now here's Zediker all the way down court. Her shot no good. Gets her own rebound. The putback up and good for Ava Zediker, now with 13 points to lead Dowling. Now here's a steal. Errant pass by Urbandale, stolen by Ellie Muller. Outlet pass to Olsen, stolen away by Mia German. Underneath, layup up, no good by Salmon. And Dowling with the rebound. There's Muller. Lisa for her sister Katie Muller is in the lane. Reverse layup, good. Katie Muller with her first basket. Didn't get the start tonight, came off the bench. 24-16, Dowling by 8.
And right now, both teams seem to be getting to the rim whenever they want to, as long as they're patient. So good attack schemes here tonight.
Corner 3, no good by the Jayhawks. That was Stutler missing the 3. Rebound Dowling. Ellie Muller dribbles across the timeline. Now we'll shoot the 3. It's up and rolls around and gets to Scott Fabian. Rolled. It's good. Ellie Muller with her 11th 3 of the year. And she's got 8 points, and now a steal by Dowling. The other way we go. An offensive foul, or rather a loose ball foul called, I believe, on Muller. And that'll be her first, so it'll be Urbandale basketball after Maroons causing a turnover. Scott?
Yeah, they did. They're jumping on the ball there after the made basket. I don't think Urbandale was happy with the push-off there. It looked like a push-off for the 3 there.
And Muller gets to that how many times it bounced around the rim and went through. Timeout on the court. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinat here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And simulcast tonight with the folks from CISN. Our thanks to Bozen the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Klein Electric. Don't forget Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day is this Wednesday. And Bozen has been helping customers say more since 1923. They have 2 Des Moines locations, or you can go online at bozen.com. We thank Tom Bozen and all the fine folks at Bozen the Florist for supporting our broadcast of Dowling Catholic High School Athletics here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And tonight as we stream on CISN. 4:16 to go here in the second quarter. 27-16. Dowling's lead now back to 11, where it was earlier. Urbandale facing pressure in the backcourt. They get it across the timeline to Mulligan. Now an errant pass picked up by German for Urbandale. As head coach Joey Aguirre in his first year at Urbandale calls out a set play. Mulligan with it. Now in the corner it goes to German. Back to Mulligan. Guarded by Zediker. Her shot up and good. Nice move that time by Taylor Mulligan, the 5'11 senior.
And it feels like their ability to execute.
8 points for Mulligan. The other way we go, the basket's going to count, and a foul will be on Mariah Dixon, her first. And it'll be the second team foul on Urbandale. And Zediker credited with the basket and an and one here. She has 15 points.
Yeah, that's a good attack back after the score at the other end. One thing to say, as opposed to the first game, it feels like Urbandale's found the matchups they want to attack and are doing it really well by comparison to game 1 in January.
Free throw by Zediker, no good. Rebound Urbandale. 29-18, Dowling by 11. 3.5 minutes left to play. here in the second quarter from a packed house here at Dowling. Tonight is senior night for the Maroons and recognizing 50 years of girls basketball, and they'll do that at halftime of the boys game. And now Olsen forces the turnover as Waddle couldn't handle the pass, and it'll be Dowling basketball right in front of us, Scott.
Yeah, Coach Faber almost reached out and grabbed that. Or kicked it with her foot.
Her playing days are over. And she'll be mentioned with her team.
Yeah. Last state tournament championship team?
2014. You were courtside for that. Oh, no, you weren't.
No, I wasn't.
You came in the next year. My bad.
2 years, I think.
Was it 2 years later?
16, yeah.
Okay. Dowling with the ball, 15 on the shot clock. Ellie Muller for three, no good. And Mariah Dixon reaches up, grabs the rebound. Now the ball slapped out of her hands into the hands of Zedeker. Skip pass in the quarter to Katie Muller for three. It's no good. Rebound Zedeker. Brand new shot clock for Dowling. Zedeker gets it to Ellie Muller. Back to her sister, Katie. Katie dribbles left side. Good defense by the Jayhawks. Now a corner three by Tritton. Good. Layla Tritton with her corner three from the right side has 5 points tonight. And the Maroons have their largest lead of 14. 32-18 over Urbandale with 2:20 to go. Now the Jayhawks getting a little sloppy with the basketball. Lead pass to Dixon is thrown away. It'll be Dowling basketball, Scott.
This has been quite a sloppy quarter. 9 turnovers combined with the two teams. So, you know, the first quarter was only 3 by Urbandale, but this quarter's gotten a little more helter-skelter, if you will.
Other games going on tonight. Johnson at Southeast Polk. Waukee Northwest at Ankeny Centennial. That's the other game on the other CISN channel. Ankeny at Valley with Waukee having the night off. Some of the games going on in the Central Iowa Metro League. Dowling with the ball, 15 on the shot clock. Here's Katie Muller for three. Top of the key, it's no good. Offensive rebound, Zedeker. She pulls it back out, gets it to Tritton. Now to Zedeker with a brand new shot clock and 1:50 to go in the first half. Tritton high-low, they lob underneath to Ellie Muller, and it goes out of bounds. So the pass just a little too strong by Tritton.
A little too, but they attacked it right, get the ball through the middle. One thing when they go against the zone, I always felt like Dowling played frustrated against zones. The last couple of years, they've started to master that a little bit by getting the ball through the middle and reversing through there or running the high-low game.
All right, so Urbandale inbounds the ball. Lauren Salmon brings it up. Over to Mia German. Now left wing to Waddle. They bounce inside to Salmon. Salmon going against Ellie Muller. Her shot blocked, and they'll call a foul on Muller. And that's because Ellie's arm was reaching over instead of straight up. And Ellie will pick up her second foul with 1:28 to go in the half. Free throws coming for Lauren Salmon.
Yeah, Ellie usually cleans up inside and blocks a lot, but tonight I think I can remember one block.
Lauren and her cousin Tommy have pretty good basketball lineage. Their grandfather, Orv Salmon, who's a volunteer assistant with the boys team, longtime coach, longtime radio broadcaster here in Central Iowa. And Orv, I'm pretty sure, would be here tonight. And he was also the athletic director at DMAC for many years and got to know him there. But he knows a thing or two about basketball. He will not be on the bench. He's one of those guys that I put enough years on the bench between Drake and...
That sounds familiar.
So, but his granddaughter Lauren makes both free throws, and it's 32-20, Dowling by 12 after the Maroons led by 14. Here's Harnden with it. Skip pass over to Zedeker. Corner three from the right side. Good! Zedeker picked up contact from Mia German. They wave it off, and she gets another three-pointer. She's got 18 here in the first half. And Dowling leads by 15, 35-20 over the Jayhawks.
And Dowling loves that when the ball goes into the middle and they kick out for those threes.
In the lane, shot no good by Tigas of Urbandale. Rebound Dowling. Maroons the other way. Here's Harnden. In the corner to Katie Muller. Down the baseline. A little teardrop shot on the baseline. Good. Katie Muller with her fourth point.
That was a good drive. Usually people are used to her taking the three-point shot. That time she used that to her advantage to drive the baseline.
37-20, Dowling. 29 seconds remaining in the half, 22 on the shot clock. So Dowling will have another opportunity. There's a 2-for-1 coming. We didn't even know about it, Scott. 2-for-1.
No bonus either.
No, not yet. Yeah, 1 team foul on Urbandale, 3 on Dowling, so I doubt that. Both teams have fouls to give if they need it. Urbandale bounced the ball inside to Tigas. Their shot knocked out of bounds. It'll be Dowling basketball with 6.2 seconds remaining. All right, Coach Babinett, what's the play here? Got 6 dribbles if you need to dribble it.
Yes. I think they're going to give it to Ava and go.
Oh, more than that. Okay, so it's coast-to-coast basketball.
Well, someone will open up because they're going to have to send someone to stop the drive.
All right, substitutions both ways as Dowling gets the ball into Zediker, as you said. And foul to give.
There you go. You called that.
Half court.
You called that.
Well, I just plant seeds. That's all I did was plant a seed. Foul will be on Urbandale and Mia German. Jayhawks got 2 more to give.
Yes. I think he's going to use them too.
I believe so. As Riley Pruitt, 5'7" sophomore, wearing number 3, checks in the lineup, replacing Taylor Mulligan for Urbandale. Guarding the ball is German. Now they get it into Zediker, lobs it into Muller. Her shot up and no good. Rebound Urbandale with Ava Wattier, and we go to halftime with the Dowling girls leading 37-20 over the Urbandale Jayhawks. Now we'll take a 2-minute break along our network lines. That is Iowa Catholic Radio and the CISN network. 2-minute break, and we'll come back here to the Dowling Gym on senior night and Dowling girls' 50-year reunion of all their teams. So stay tuned for more events. We'll come back with halftime. Justin Einertson in an interview with him from the Dowling Gym. Halftime of the girls contest. 3rd-ranked Dowling leading Urbandale 37-20 alongside Scott Babinett, Mark Amadeo, and we'll be back in 2 minutes on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
He once lit a demon's pants on fire. He tried visiting a haunted house, but when he stepped in, it was no longer haunted. When he utters the holy name, anything unholy around him backfires badly.
Some think I can do these things simply by praying.
But even the holiest man in the world,
seriously, people,
knows where the power is.
I don't always fast, but when I do, it's dynamite.
Make fasting a regular part of your spiritual routine.
A message from Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym on senior night. And the Dowling girls basketball teams of 50 years will be recognized later on tonight alongside Scott Babinett, Mark Amadeo. We're at halftime of the girls contest. Dowling Catholic leading Urbandale 37-20. And Mr. Babinett, you got to look at first half statistics. We'll go through those right now while we got a moment.
Yeah, for Dowling, they were 16 for 29 from the field, 4 for 11 from the 3-point line, 1 for 2 from the line, 13 rebounds, 8 of them offensive, 5 turnovers. Urbandale 6 for 18 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, 7 for 8 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 5 of them offensive, and 9 turnovers total.
All right, and for Dowling, leading scorer in the contest, Ava Zedeker with 18 first-half points. Ellie Moeller with 8 points at halftime. Layla Tritton with 5 points for the Maroons. 4 points for Katie Moeller, who came off the bench tonight as the Maroons started Emma Hazel. And she finishes with 2 points, does Emma Hazel, the lone senior in the Dowling lineup. Dowling was 1 of 2 at the free throw line. For Urbandale, Jayhawks were led by Taylor Mulligan's 8 points. 6 points for Lauren Salmon. 5 points for Mariah Dixon off the bench for the Jayhawks. Bree Tigas with 1 point. Jayhawks were 7 out of 8 at the free throw line, and now joined by Justin Einertson here at halftime. And Coach, thanks for joining us, the Dowling boys basketball coach, as we simulcast with our TV folks and our radio folks. Coach, welcome and thanks for being here.
Yeah, what a crowd. This is nice to see. Special occasion on the girls' side, so pretty cool to be a part of it.
Well, it's also senior night, and
right.
I noticed the difference when Coach Meyer gave me her seniors. 1 senior and 2 of the managers, 3 seniors rather. 2 were managers, 1, and then yours with 10 seniors, team. And then one or 2 managers. So
1 manager.
Yeah, yep. You've got a lot to hand out flowers.
I'll be real
to the
busy.
moms.
My hand will be worn out with all the handshakes and hugs, but these guys have been special, and I think this is a really good opportunity for us to go on a run right before the playoffs start. And these guys deserve that. They put the work in from day 1 when I showed up on June 1st. So I'm really hoping that we can get this thing pulling the right direction.
Coach Anderson, we were talking Tuesday night over at Northwest. Now, obviously, disappointed with the loss to Northwest. Second time you play each other twice, and you beat them the first time. It just wasn't the effort defensively. Scored more points than you did the first time, but had a pretty good practice. Had practice Wednesday and Thursday. Talk about tonight, the second time around for Coach Steelking, who was a coach here a year ago and playing Clay's team for the second time this year, as you got the win over at Urbandale back off the Christmas break, right, early January.
Yeah, that was a really good defensive performance by us, I thought, on both ends. Actually, we were pretty sharp that night. Had about 2 weeks to prepare for it, which is always nice, but, they did too. The Northwest game kind of came down to the last 2 minutes of the third quarter. We went from down 6 to down 20. And had a timeout, had a defensive change, and didn't seem to do much. So, you walk out of there pretty disappointed, and then you check film, and you're like, well, gosh, that's fixable. You hope your guys understand that you can't have many more lapses like that, because one of them's going to kill you and end your season. So you got to sharpen up and get it right now.
So, Coach, 10 seniors. I know this is your first year, but what do you view with your 10 seniors, maybe some of the impact they've had on the program? Not only this year, but previous, if you can speak to that.
I think these guys were really, really hungry from day 1, and they wanted to put the work in. They wanted to crank up the offense a little bit. They wanted to get the community excited. If you think back to our first couple games of the year, this place is rocking. And I feel like they did a nice job of sending the message about what this is going to be in the future. Their legacy is still to be decided. They're either going to be the team that had to grind through it, or the team that made a late run and made everybody really proud. I mean, to be honest with you, they made me extremely proud. They've met every challenge that I set for them, and they've been a literal dream to coach from day 1, right from the first day I walked in the gym. So I will miss this group a ton. And I think one of the things that really weighs on me is their head coaches. I really want them to do this. I want them to get above 500 this year. I want them to make a run as far as we possibly can, because they're just an incredibly likable group.
And Mark mentioned earlier, Coach Theo King coached here a couple years. What's it like for those players who played for him setting up in a game? You guys have to speak to that at all, or are they motivated? Or?
Oh, yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
Practice yesterday, I had them make the practice plan, the seniors and the captain specifically. And they know what's going on over there. They know the personnel really well. They know the style really well, inside and out. So, it makes it kind of easy for me. And I don't have to motivate them on a night like this. I got to be honest, it's there. So that's always nice too when they come in hungry.
And Coach Anderson, you mentioned last week you had the Woodley drill, and for those that coach or have coached know what that's all about.
Floor burns everywhere, baby.
How do you get that energy over to Tuesday or Friday night? Because obviously it's done great in practice, but now you need that type of intensity, not because there's a packed house here, because it's senior night and all the other entities going on, but transferring that from practice to the next day.
That is a fantastic question.
I'm putting it towards you. I don't ask easy questions.
This group will be decided by how many times they can do that. Can they do that every night the rest of the year? And if they do, it's going to be we're going to be pretty proud about where we end up, regardless of how those games go. But that's been our issue all year, is just kind of the lapses in either focus, execution, or intensity. And I think if we put all those together, nobody wants to play us.
Well, it'd be a tough matchup. You're going to get your matchups, by the way, on Monday. This coming Monday, everybody in Class 4A gets their sub-state pairings, so looking forward to that.
That feels like a million miles away when you got 2 conference games in 20 hours. So, right. I'll probably start thinking about it Monday morning.
That's right, back-to-back tonight here against Urbandale on senior night, final CIML regular season, but then you have the makeup tomorrow afternoon at Centennial, 4 o'clock, one game.
Yep. It's the same for both of us, which is nice. We both have a home game tonight, and we can go over there tomorrow and see what we got. This is a really big night for us, so hopefully we're 100% focused on tonight, and we'll be ready for tomorrow when it comes.
Coach Anderson, thanks for joining us, and we're going to talk to you at the end. Yeah, we should be able to talk to you at the end.
Yeah, hopefully I'm sending some seniors up here.
That'd be even better. That'd be even better. Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Justin Anderson, our halftime interview here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. Halftime score, Dowling Catholic girls leading Urbandale 37-20. Alongside Scott Babinett, Mark Amadale will return with the second half in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel. Online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory. Caldwell Parish offers services that are unique to the individual while following the Catholic funeral rites. Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory, Des Moines' only Catholic-owned and operated funeral home.
Mercy One is proud to support Iowa Catholic Radio. Mercy One helps you live your best life. Find personalized care for you and your loved ones at mercyone.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. I want to welcome our viewers on Central Iowa Sports Network and our listeners on Iowa Catholic Radio as we simulcast tonight's game. Mark Amadale, Scott Babinett bringing you tonight's girls game. Jimmy Cataldo will join me for the boys contest. Dowling girls have the ball first. Corner three rolls off the rim. No good by Ava Zediker from the right side. Rebound Urbandale, and the other way we go. Jayhawks get it down court, and a shot off the glass up and good by Lauren Salmon. And the Jayhawks now cut the Dowling lead to 37-22, and for Salmon, her 8th point. Now whistling a foul on Dowling's offensive end on the Jayhawks. And one of the Jayhawks shaken up, and that foul will be on Bree Tigas.
Yeah, that was a nasty little run-by collision there.
I mentioned the scoring in the first half. Dowling led by Ava Zediker's 18 points and 8 points for Taylor Mulligan to lead Urbandale. Lauren Salmon now with 8 points. And Tigas shaken up. And Bree walking up under her own power with assisted by Sarah Mashad, the Dowling trainer here, Scott.
Yeah, give credit to Urbandale. They've done a really good job of getting that ball inside today, being patient to score when they've had their opportunities. It's not closing the score as much, but their execution by comparison to what I remember in January has been so much better.
Bruins going with Ava Zediker, Katie Muller, Layla Tritton, the 3 guards with Ellie Olson and Ellie Muller, the 5 on the floor. Now a 3-pointer up and good by Katie Muller. Katie's first 3 of the night. She has 7 points.
It's important that girls like her and Layla Tritton get going again. They need to provide some balance. And we've said that a lot this year, but that's just that's simple for the Maroons. If they get good balance and they get their shots they want, they've got a great chance to win state this year.
Here's Stutler, who gets the second half start, and she loses the ball. Ella Schott now defending as Dowling advances the ball. Here's Tritton for three, off the back iron, no good. And a loose ball foul on Muller, as she's going to get called for the push from behind. So Ellie with 3 fouls. And she just has such a height advantage over her opponent that sometimes she gets caught leaning in, and that time on the loose ball foul.
Yeah, she's got such long arms. She thinks she can get to that as a ball, and others can't.
So Ankeny Centennial and Waukee Northwest tied at 25 at halftime. Pretty good game going on there, as that game going on in Ankeny Centennial. All right, Urbandale with the basketball, right to left, wearing their road blue uniforms with white numbers and a little bit of red in there. Pull-up jumper in the lane. No good by Taylor Mulligan. Here comes Dowling in their home white uniforms, maroon numbers and letters. Corner three by Katie Muller. Good. Katie with back-to-back threes. She has 10 points. And again, she did not get the start tonight, as she gave up her position to Emma Hazel, the lone senior starter, and all of a sudden 10 points for Katie Muller off the bench.
Yeah, she's done a good job with her shot tonight.
Long three by Ava Wadier is good. That is her 21st made three of the year. Leads the Urbandale team in made threes, and it's her first points of the night. 43-25, Dowling by 18. And his largest lead was 15 points in the first half, and now a whistle and a foul on Salmon. That'll be her second foul. Mariah Dixon into the lineup for Urbandale. She'll replace Maddie Stutler. For Dowling, Ellie Muller will sit down. And checking in will be Macy Harnden for the Maroons, number 33. Harnden gets the ball and travels with it after getting the inbounds pass from Tritton. So another turnover for the Maroons.
We haven't seen that as much this year, like we were the last couple of years with that phantom step. This year the footwork's been a lot better, but there it was. Just right off the bench. Good
job by the officials catching that. You coaches are supposed to police that in practice and stop playing, you don't. There's a steal by Zediker. Ava all the way down, uncontested layup, good. Steal and basket by Ava Zediker. She now has 20 points.
I don't know that that's true, Mark. I think a lot gets called out.
I think you guys, coaches swallow their whistle in practice, and the bunny hop gets waved. Now here's a shot blocked by Katie Muller. Offense or rebound Dowling all the way down court. Zediker's pass to Tritton, layup good. Timeout Urbandale. Layla with the assist, or with the basket rather, and Tritton now with 7 points, and they're going to turn this into a 1-minute timeout.
That's all they have left. Those Fulls.
They're going to keep it at 30. Yep, full timeout. We'll take it with them. Our score, Dowling 47, Urbandale 25 in this Class 5A girls contest. Mark Emmerdale, Scott Babinet will return to the Dowling Gym on CISN and Iowa Catholic Radio.
What does religion have to do with politics? If we can say that the mission of the church is the happiness and salvation of all, then the church will sometimes have to be involved with politics, since the actions of governments can have an impact on people's happiness and salvation. By reflecting on the natural law and the gospel, the church has developed social principles that should guide our societies and governments, including everything from the right to private property and a just wage, to how we treat the poor and immigrants. Of course, Catholics need not be monolithic in how these principles are applied. There is room for legitimate difference of opinion on many issues. On the other hand, the Church also teaches that some issues are so fundamental as to be non-negotiable. In the document Sacramentum Caritatis, Pope Benedict named 3 specific issues that are paramount to the common good. First, defending human life at all ages and stages. Second, upholding traditional marriage between one man and one woman. Thirdly, protecting the natural right of parents to educate and raise their children according to their beliefs. Life, marriage, family. These 3 form the very foundation of society and should be given due priority by Catholics when we go to the ballot box. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
We're back here at the Dowling Gym. Urbandale with a long 3 out of the timeout, no good. Ella shot with the miss, rebound Dowling. Maroons lead at 47-25. 22-point lead. Corner 3 up and good by Katie Muller. Make it a 25-point lead for Dowling with Muller's made 3 in the corner. Katie now with 13 points. And she has 3 threes here in the third quarter alone, Scott Babinet. Now a steal by Dowling. Shot up and no good. Salmon with the rebound. So quite a run by the Maroons, thus the timeout by Coach Aguirre and Urbandale.
Yeah, and Dowling getting Katie Moeller going from the three-point line is huge for them. You know, she's got such a pure shot. It looks like it's going in even when she misses. But it's good to see her back and on her game with the accuracy.
Ellie Olson with the foul. Steve Dick, our official, along with Zach Havoc and Jason Alons, our three-person officials tonight. Here at the Dowling Gym, place is filling up. Parking's at a premium. I don't know if the Walmart shuttle's going tonight or not. I didn't ask Mr. Wilson, the athletic director here, if the Walmart shuttle, but this place is getting packed. The band is here, and we've got senior night and recognition of Dowling girls basketball, 50 years. And that'll be recognized. The teams, and by the decade, will be recognized halftime of the boys contest. So stay tuned. We'll have it on CISN and Iowa Catholic Radio. Here's Harnden with it for the Maroons. Pull-up jumper, up and in and out, no good. Fight for the rebound. Ellie Olson, or rather, Ellie Olson stepped out of bounds, tried to save it, and stepped on the baseline. It'll be Urbandale basketball.
There's good hustle there. Just hard to catch that to finalize the possession.
50-25 Dowling. The Maroons won the earlier contest back in January, 80-29.
And Bree Tigas is back for Urbandale after her injury.
That is a good sign because she got cleared by the trainer. Now we got a whistle and a foul on Urbandale, bringing the ball up. Oh, check, that'll be on Macy Harnden of Dowling as she got tangled up with Taylor Mulligan. Foul on Harnden, it's her second. Third team foul on Dowling, 2 on Urbandale here in the third quarter. And Dowling has doubled the score, 50-25 with 3:19 to go. They lob it into Salmon, guarded by Olson. Salmon has it. She works underneath to Tigas, and it's tipped out of bounds. It'll be Urbandale basketball with 30 on the shot clock.
That was a good recovery by Klein there. She got behind on the cut and was able to reach over and knock that ball away.
Urbandale will inbound the ball underneath their own basket. Salmon throws it in. Here, Mariah Dixon back in the lineup. She's guarded by Katie Moeller. Dixon in the lane, stops, pivots, shot blocked by Katie Moeller. Moeller with the rebound, leading the fast break. There's Dowling and Kaylee Klein for 3, no good. Zedeker with the rebound with under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Ava in the lane, pull-up jumper, up and good. Ava Zedeker, 22 points, leads the Maroons in scoring. 52-25 Dowling. Dixon in the front court for Urbandale, guarded by Harnden.
And she's done a really good job tonight not forcing. She just gets to her spot and then goes up confident shot, and if it bounces around, she's got the soft touch for it to roll in there.
Kaylee Klein, a 5'11 freshman, wearing number 21 for Dowling, commits the foul in the post. You know, coaches teach you either have them, play behind them, or play in front of them. No in between.
If you're a shot blocker,
you play behind them.
Yes.
There's Urbandale with the ball, and the ball stolen away by Harnden. Macy with it, leaves it for Katie Moeller. In the lane, her shot up and no good. And 2 free throws coming for Katie Moeller. Nice job by Harnden with the steal. The foul will be on Urbandale and Ava Waddle. So Waddle with her second foul tonight. Third team foul on the Jayhawks. 4 on Dowling, and free throws coming for Katie Moeller.
That's one of those where Coach Meyer will probably take a clip and say, this is why the weight room is so important. You go through that and finish. Now, I mean, the girls do a great job in the weight room, get stronger each year.
Did you see Coach Meyer instructing Klein about how to guard the post like we were just discussing? Her second free throw good by Katie Moeller. She has 15 points tonight, 2 for 2 at the line for the evening.
And that's sometimes hard when you're athletic like Kaylee is, and you just get in there and you think you can make plays, and you're maybe not as fundamental, so you got to really discipline yourself on that.
Here's Dixon on the baseline. Her shot no good by Urbandale. Dowling with the rebound. Here's Harnden. Leaves it for Moeller. Ellie down the lane. Shot up and overshot the basket. Rebound Salmon. Pressure in the backcourt, and Salmon dribbles out of it. Here comes Lauren down the right side against Moeller. Head fake, a shot up, and draws the foul. Moeller with the block shot, but got her with the body, and that'll be foul number 4 on Ellie Moeller of Dowling. Good job by Lauren Salmon. 5'8" junior. Leads the team in scoring and rebounding for the Jayhawks, and she has 8 points tonight. Tried to add to her total with just under 2 minutes to play, and Dowling up 54-25.
And in general, they're doing such a great job tonight of getting that ball inside, getting some easy shots, or getting the line. This is going to be their 10th free throw of the night, I believe.
Jayhawks 8 out of 9 at the line, so you're right. This will be their 10th attempt, as Waddle will check out for Urbandale. Second free throw coming by Salmon, and it's in and out, no good. Rebounded by Tigges. Her putback up and good. Offensive rebound and putback. Bree Tigges. That's her 3rd point of the evening. 54-28 Dowling. Minute 45 to go in the 3rd quarter. Here in game 1 of our girl-boy doubleheader, now traveling on the Maroons. Kaylee Klein with the travel.
That's 2.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Coach.
I know.
Yeah. Get that.
I wasn't quick enough to teach that step, so you can't look at me.
The bunny hop.
Now that's like universal, the way they teach shooting nowadays. It's crazy.
All right, here's Urbandale the other way. A shot in the lane, good. That's Bree Tigges again. She's got 5 points. Back-to-back baskets by Tigges. 54-30. The Dowling leads 24 with minute 20 to go in the 3rd quarter. Tritton within the corner to Harnden for 3. Up, no good, off the rim. Fight for the rebound, and we've got a loose ball foul on Urbandale. A whistle on Mulligan. That'll be Taylor's first foul. That's team foul number 3 on Urbandale. Dowling already with 5 team fouls here in the 3rd quarter. So Urbandale will shoot the bonus on every Dowling foul, but the Maroons have it here. There's Zediker. Gets it to Klein. Now to Harnden. Ball nearly stolen away by Dixon. Ball loose. Harnden picks it up. Now to Zediker. 25 in the shot clock. A minute left on the game clock here in the 3rd quarter. There's Klein. Or rather, Emma Hazel back in. I'm sorry. Hazel, number 31. Now to Zediker. Backdoor cut by Tritton. Her shot up and good. The basket will count. And a foul on Urbandale. And they'll get Tigges for the foul.
You know, tonight, Zediker's been so patient and good with her footwork. I mean, at time she gave up her dribble a little sooner probably than she wanted to, and all of it got caught, but she was patient to let Tritton go back door and make the pass for the layup.
Tritton with 9 points and a chance to go into double figures. Free throw no good. 44 seconds remaining. Urbandale with the ball. Here's Dixon with it on the baseline. Her shot off the glass too strong. Rebound Dowling and Tritton. Tritton leading the way. 4 on 3. In the corner it goes for 3. Up, no good by Klein. Rebound Dowling. Shot clock turned off. 25 seconds remaining in the quarter. And here is Tritton with the shot left hand. Hazel with the rebound off the missed shot for the Maroons. Harnden for 3. Up, good. Macy Harnden with her first 3 points of the night.
And that's just all hustle there, getting those extra shots off the rebounds tonight.
5 seconds remaining. Urbandale with the ball. 59-30 Dowling. With it is Tigges. Leaves it for Salmon at the horn. It's no good, and we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter here at the Dowling Catholic Gym with the score. Dowling Catholic 59, Urbandale 30, alongside Scott Babinet. I'm Mark Amadale. We'll return with the 4th quarter here on senior night, and 50 years of Dowling girls basketball being recognized tonight. Score, Dowling 59, Urbandale 30. We'll return after this 1-minute break on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
We're back here at the Dowling Gym. Maroons lead at 59-30 over Urbandale as we start the fourth quarter. Urbandale with the ball first. Taylor Mulligan underneath. Her shot partially blocked by Tritton. Rebound comes out to Dowling as Jayhawks jump back on defense. Here's Zediker with it. Skip pass over to Ellie Olson. And offensive foul called on Ellie Muller as she was trying to, I think, pin Tigas underneath. And on Ellie, that is her fifth foul. So she's going to foul out with 8 points for Dowling with 7:39 to go in the fourth quarter. So that's not a good thing for the Maroons right there, Scott Babinet, as Dowling has his first player foul out.
Yeah, definitely not what she wanted. She's had a tough night as far as defending inside. Usually she's blocking a lot of shots. Tonight maybe a little out of position and not one thing I've noticed this year, when people get into her, she gets more fouls rather than letting her have space to block shots.
All right, 15 on the shot clock. Urbandale underneath. Tigas shot up, no good. Gets her own rebound. Shot is blocked by Katie Muller, and she picks up the foul. And Tigas to the free throw line for 2. And on Katie Muller, that will be her first foul. So her sister fouls out with 5, and she picks up her first.
That's 10 for the family, so it's 6 of 10. So
that's right. This free throw by Tigas is good. Bree Tigas, a 57% free throw shooter on the season. She is 2 of 3 tonight at the line. She has 6 points. And the second one underway, it's no good. And a rebound, Dowling and Layla Tritton. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Fast Signs, Blessman International, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Here's Zediker. Her shot up and no good. Ellie Olson with the offensive rebound. And the Maroons get a brand new shot clock as we're underway here in the fourth quarter. We'll get our fourth quarter statistics. Scott, go ahead and do that as a whistle and a foul on Urbandale. And that'll be on Taylor Mulligan, her second. Go ahead.
Yeah, after 3, Dowling's 26 for 46 from the field, 8 for 21 from 3, 3 for 5 from the line. 25 rebounds, 10 offensive, 8 turnovers. For Urbandale, they are 10 for 30 from the field, 8 for 10 from the line after 3, 15 rebounds, 6 of them offensive, and 13 turnovers.
All right, Dowling 3 for 5 at the free throw line through 3 quarters, but Urbandale 8 out of 10 at the free throw line through 3 quarters. Now officials stop play as they're visiting with Taylor Mulligan. Officials tonight, Jason Alons, Zach Havoc, and Steve Dick.
Something was on the floor.
And you were the closest to it, so that's...
No, it's way away from me.
So Alons just put it in his pocket, so whatever it was, might have been a Band-Aid or something.
Probably not gum.
Well, it's in his pocket, so...
Who cares?
Mr. Alons can take care of that. Dowling inbounds the ball. 6:40 left to go in the fourth quarter. Again, the boys' game to follow here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. Final regular season conference night. Corner or 3 up and good. Katie Muller. Well, she came off the bench, and that is her 4th 3 here in the second half. She's got 18 points. Second in scoring behind Ava Zediker's 22.
And she, as a freshman already, kind of an explosive scorer, right? I mean, she gets them in bunches there.
Now Urbandale, a long 3, no good by Ava Wadier. Offensive rebound, Salmon, and the shot goes through. They're going to count it. We'll find out from Mr. Steve Dick here in a moment. And they will. Salmon just kind of launched it in there, and it went through. Awesome.
On Ellie Olson there.
So Olson picks up her 3rd foul. She'll go to the bench, so will Layla Tritton. And the Dowling lineup, Kaylee Klein, number 21. And also in there, Emma Hazel, number 31. Free throw is no good by Salmon, and now we've got double dribble on Dowling. So the Maroons pick up a turnover, or commit a turnover, and Urbandale will have the basketball in front of us. Tonight's game in Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Klein Electric, Construction Professionals, Ashworth Vision Clinic, and, of course, Bozen the Florist. Folks, Valentine's Day is this Wednesday. And that's the opening night of postseason girls basketball play-in games that night. Urbandale will be traveling to Waterloo East that night for their opening round game. There's a shot in the lane, no good by Urbandale. The other way, Dowling running, and Katie Muller lays it in.
That's one of those, we have to travel this far, we might as well win to have a happy trip home.
That's right, 20 points for Muller. And now it'll be Dowling basketball. 64-43 Maroons. 5:30 remaining here in the fourth quarter from the Dowling gym. Klein for three. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound Salmon and Urbandale.
She hasn't gotten one to fall tonight, I don't believe, but it looks good leaving her hands.
Turnover against Urbandale, so both teams exchanging turnovers. Up next for Urbandale, they will be in action this Wednesday, Valentine's Day, as we spoke of Bozen the Florist. Urbandale travels to Waterloo East. The winner of that play-in game on Wednesday will play in the regional semifinal against the winner of Iowa City West, Southeast Polk winner. Or check that, we'll play at Waukee on Saturday, and then the winner will play the Iowa City West Southeast Polk winner. And we've got a whistle and a foul on Urbandale as they're going to count the basket by Klein. Fouls on Lauren Salmon, her third. And Klein's free throw is good, so she completes the traditional three-point play. And Kaylee Klein, the freshman for Dowling, off the bench with 3 points.
And she's had some good minutes here in those last few games. And again, we talked about this. Dowling's going to need some minutes filled this playoff season, so it's good to see the bench contributing.
Shot with the shot in the baseline. Shot with the shot. How about that? On the baseline, no good. Rebound Dowling and Muller. It's Katie with it. Katie dribbles down the right side, puts up a shot. It's no good, too strong. Rebound slapped around, and here comes Urbandale with it. Mulligan all the way down through traffic and draws the foul. Taylor Mulligan. Foul will be on Dowling's Macy Harnden, her third. Mulligan, one of four seniors on this Urbandale team. Going to play Division I soccer at South Dakota next year for this senior. You can really see her soccer skills on this basketball floor. Runs the floor well. First free throw up and no good.
Right now over at Ankeny Centennial, it's Northwest ahead 32-31 with a couple minutes left in the third.
We're tied at 25 at halftime, so Northwest taking the early lead here. Is that the third quarter?
Yes. A couple minutes left.
Final night of conference basketball. Girl-boy doubleheaders end tonight. Dowling boys have a conference game tomorrow afternoon, and that game will be on CISN's YouTube page. Second free throw good by Klein.
Yeah, there's a great article out, I think it came out yesterday or today, about Caitlin Clark, again, how soccer impacted her vision for basketball.
Check that free throw good by Tigas. And Dowling with the ball, double dribble on the Maroons, another turnover, and it'll be Urbandale basketball. 4.5 minutes to go, fourth quarter, 67-34 Dowling. Maroons are mixing in some reserves with some starters at this juncture. And Urbandale in the front court. There's Salmon, a spin move, goes through a double team and lays it in. Lauren Salmon shoots and scores for the Jayhawks. I got her for 13. Dowling the other way. Here's Harnden. Over to Nellie Johnson for three. Up good! Nellie Johnson, sophomore off the bench with her third three of the year.
Yeah, the bench is coming off firing tonight, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Why wouldn't you? Senior night. Now Salmon for three. It's no good. Nellie Johnson with the rebound for the Maroons. Outlet pass to Harnden. Guarded by German, and German will pick up the foul. That'll be Mia's second. Out of bounds to Dowling. Maroons have 14 fouls here in the second half, or in the fourth quarter. Urbandale with three. What happened, Scott?
Klein was coming over to take the ball out of bounds, and the ref was putting his hand out to point, so she low-fived him, and then she's, oh, whoops.
And then Klein shoots and scores. Kaylee Klein with her 5th point. It was a low 5.
Yeah. And then she's like, wait, why did I just do that?
from Alon's, and all Alon's was doing is putting his hand out. Here's where you stand. You may have to get your coach to move.
Yeah.
And now Urbandale stepping out of bounds. There's Ava Waddle on the sideline.
Those coaches take so much real estate on that sideline, right?
Yeah. Well, look who Danner right there, and Coach Meyer and Faber. One of them's got to move.
They're the Kim Mulkeys of high school basketball, right? Is that what you're saying?
That'll be on the live cast.
I'm just kidding.
CISN, that'll be logged forever. All right. Underneath, the layup good by Dowling. How about that? That's Emma Hazel with her 4th point tonight. Got the start and the basket.
Coach Meyer would laugh at that.
You better hope so. Timeout on the floor. 74-36 Dowling. Full timeout taken by Urbandale. We'll take it with them. With 2:45 remaining here in the 4th quarter, Dowling girls leading Urbandale 74-36 in this Class 5A Central Iowa Metro League matchup. We'll return in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
This is Dale Alquist with a Chesterton Minute. How many times have you heard it said that the church has been weak and ineffective? Well, G.K. Chesterton says the church has been so powerful and effective that it colored even the things it had not hoped to influence, and changed its enemies as well as its friends. It affects everything it touches. It inspires a life-changing love from its friends and a self-destructive hatred from its enemies. Its enemies will do everything to destroy it, and they end up destroying everything, except the church. The Catholic Church, says Chesterton, has endured for 2,000 years, and the world within the church has been more lucid, more level-headed, more reasonable in its hopes, more healthy in its instincts, more humorous and cheerful in the face of fate and death than all the world outside. Want more than a minute? Chesterton.org.
Hey, welcome back to the Dowling Gym on senior night, and also recognizing 50 years of Dowling girls basketball. Katie Muller drives in the lane. Her shot was no good, drew the foul. The foul will be on Urbandale's Mariah Dixon, her 2nd, and Katie Muller to the free throw line. Katie tonight off the bench with 20 points. Gave up her starting spot to senior Emma Hazel, the lone senior on the Dowling girls basketball team. And her first free throw is no good. I want to thank Fast Signs, Blessman International, and Skeffington's Formal Wear for their support of Iowa Catholic Radio's coverage of Dowling Catholic basketball in our 47th year. 21 points now for Muller. The 2nd free throw is good for Katie. 2 minutes to play. Dowling 75, Urbandale 36. Dowling girls get a first round bye on Wednesday. They will play the winner of East and Lincoln, who also play Wednesday on Valentine's Day. The winner of that game will play here at Dowling next Saturday. We'll have it on Iowa Catholic Radio. It'll be the semifinals in Region 3. Whistle and the foul on Urbandale. That'll be on Salmon. That'll be Lauren's 4th. Free throws coming for Nellie Johnson.
And we finally reached the bonus for the rest of this game.
2 shots the rest of the game. 15 foul on Urbandale, 4 on Dowling. Johnson's free throw is good. Her former teammate at Holy Trinity sitting right behind me, and my daughter, Grace, played with Nellie. We had some battles with a team from St. Francis coached by some Caitlin Clark. Yeah. We had a very non-competitive game. And if you know Caitlin, and you know Nellie Johnson, and you might know me, it was very, non-competitive. I don't know why they brought 3 officials in for some of those games. I have no idea for middle school, but I don't know. Nellie makes them both. She's got 5 points tonight, 77-36 Dowling. The minute 30 to go. Again, we'll have the boys contest here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. We'll also have the senior night recognition as a three-pointer by Klein is no good. Kaylee with the miss, Dowling with the offensive rebound, and they lose it out of bounds. It'll be Urbandale basketball, so we'll have senior night recognition. 10 Dowling boys players are seniors and 1 Dowling girls player, but we have a few managers, 2 Dowling girls managers, and I think 1 or 2 Dowling boys managers are seniors. So we'll have all the coverage between games.
That's just 2 surprising implications you put out there tonight, Mark, on the broadcast.
Which one?
The first being the coaches taking advantage of the coaching box, and then Caitlin Clark being competitive.
I said non-competitive. Non-competitive games. Harnden for 3, it's good. Macy with her 6th point tonight off the bench for Dowling. 80-36 Maroons. 35 seconds remaining. Maroons put up 80 the last time these 2 teams played. Back on January 2nd. Now reaching foul on Harnden. Clock will continue to run as we're in the running clock. And 2 free throws coming. We'll stop the clock with 16 seconds remaining. And at the free throw line for Urbandale, Avery Van Quatham. The first free throw is no good. Van Quatham, a 5'11 senior, one of 4 seniors for head coach Joey Aguirre in his first year at Urbandale. Came over from the boys' side with coaching all those years with Coach Smits, who retired and headed to Florida. He's not retired, he's headed to Florida coaching boys basketball at a brand new school. Second free throw no good by Van Quatham. Rebound Dowling. There's Katie Muller, gets to Harnden. 10 seconds remaining. And Dowling now is going to go into the postseason winning 7 in a row and 15 of 16. 80-36. The final score. The Dowling girls wrap up a regular season with a record of 17-4. Urbandale closes out the regular season with a record of 4-17, and third-ranked Dowling headed to the postseason. We're going to take a 2-minute break along our network affiliates, 2 minutes, and we'll come back. We'll recap scoring and statistics from the girls' contest. Final score, Dowling Catholic 80, Urbandale 36 in the Battle of Class 5A girls basketball and Central Iowa Metro League teams. And we'll take a 2-minute break, come back with scoring and statistics with Scott Babinat and me, Mark Amadale, here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
Iowa Catholic Radio is supported by our listeners and business underwriters as we connect listeners to Christ while bridging the gap between the church and the marketplace, seeking God in both. If you own a business that you'd like to use to help further this mission, email Deacon Mark at iowacatholicradio.com. And we encourage you to thank the many businesses who choose to underwrite programming on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Your presence is vital as we participate in the church and the marketplace, seeking God in both.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One. Live your best life with Mercy One. With Iowa's largest network of care locations, personalized care is right in your neighborhood. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
I'm Father Thomas Loya, and this week on Light of the East on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, the season of Lent is marked by a 3-part discipline of prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. The Eastern Catholic churches are at the center of strife in our world and therefore worthy of Lenten almsgiving. Light of the East, Sunday mornings at 10:30 on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory. Caldwell Parish offers services that are unique to the individual while following the Catholic funeral rites. Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory, Des Moines' only Catholic-owned and operated funeral home.
And we're back here at the Dowling Catholic Gym, and you can see the senior night activities going on and recognizing members of the Dowling Catholic community. And it looks like the boys teams are being recognized. Hale Strawhecker, he's a team manager. Now being recognized, Ali Aragao and his family. escorted by his parents, Tabitha and Samuel. All there involved with track and field choir, show choir, and maroon crew, and along with basketball here at Dowling. I believe he's headed to Simpson College, but he's going to study engineering and physics while playing basketball. And got a favorite memory of playing one-on-one basketball at a team dinner. I don't remember that ever breaking out, but I suppose it could, Scott Babinette. As Dowling girls are winner in game one, 80-36. Again, senior night activities. Right now, Joe Broderick and his family being introduced. His parents, Shane and Ann Broderick, sisters Vivian and Katie, and Joe's on the basketball and baseball team and also helps with Special Olympics. And, of course, Joe had that devastating ACL surgery, and he's being recognized tonight. See the Dowling boys coaches there, led by Coach Einertson, Nahas, Nicholson. And here is Dante Cataldo. That's where my partner's at for game two. And he wore his ball cap. Really? He wore his head. You know, Dante Cataldo being recognized as parents, Jenny, and my partner in the boys game, his mom, Jenny, Jimmy Cataldo, and, of course, his sisters, Ann and Mia.
Mia, great teammate when she was here at Dowling.
You were here.
A great person, good leader for the team she was a part of here at Dowling girls basketball.
They get their picture taken at half court, and quite the night. So Dante Cataldo and his parents, Jimmy and Jenny, lettered in football and track, a member of the National Honor Society. He didn't get that from his dad, I know that. And I can say that. Joey Coppola coming out. Parents are Joel and Holly Coppola, and his brother Maddox. Maddox already dressed. Oh, that's right. Sister Saylor and Joel Sankoff. All good friends of the Coppolas. Joey's involved with Ute Feedham, been a 2.5-year starter on the basketball team and plans to play college basketball. Undecided. And, yeah, Joey's favorite memory is probably one of mine. Headed to the big win over Council Bluffs Lincoln in Council Bluffs to advance to state semifinal his sophomore year. What a memory. Good job by Joey Coppola. Nick Frericks being introduced. And I don't see his sister Lauren. I think you coached Lauren, didn't you?
I had the privilege of being with her for 2 years, her freshman sophomore year. She was so much fun to coach. Unfortunately, the first couple years was injury riddled, but she fortunately got through that her last 2 years.
So Nick Frericks being introduced by his Jill and Darren, his parents, sister Lauren, who's not here. He played football, basketball, baseball at Dowling, member of the National Honor Society, and Ute Feedham. Congratulations to him. Of course, the Dowling coaching staff out there. We mentioned Coach Einertson, John Nagel, Jimmy Nahas, Zach Nicholson, and Kevin O'Hare. They go right down the row. And up next, be introduced, Jack Jepson. Parents Andy and Krista. Sister Willow. Jack, 2-year letter winner in football, basketball, and track. Member of the National Honor Society and his student ambassador. Quite a career here at Dowling. Headed to Grandview University on the football team. I mentioned they're trying to keep up with the camera crew here. CISN bringing you that, so that's why we're doing radio here on senior night. So we're all good. Up next with the Maroons, Ryan Kleppe, escorted by his parents Deb and Mike, sister Erin, and brother Matthew. Ryan played basketball here at Dowling and also on the Presidential Honor Roll, which my daughter is a proud member of through 2 years here. And he plans to attend college and play basketball, and he's got some feelers out there, I know that. So congratulations, Ryan Kleppe, one of 10 Dowling seniors being introduced. Here comes the Met guy, Riddick Metten, joined by his parents Tanya and Nick and Cade Penn. Riddick playing football, tennis, and basketball here at Dowling, and he's undecided where he's going to play. I know he's got feelers out where he's going to play basketball next. And his favorite basketball memory is beating Waukee for the first time in several years last month, and that is a pretty good memory.
Yeah,
because we've been on the wrong side of that. He still has his hat on. Oh. All right.
I got your back.
Next senior, I don't. Next senior is Cole Southern, joined by his parents, Trish and Jess Southern, and sister Claire. Cole, member of the All-District and All-Conference teams for baseball, a member of the I didn't know they had this. Ping pong club. My daughter never told me about that. He's on the presidential, been on the presidential honor roll every year. So congratulations to Cole Southard. He's going to study engineering or medicine in college, and he's quite the baseball player. Had a big win in the postseason last year for Dowling against Dallas Center Grimes. I remember that game. Finally, the last senior being introduced right now is Jackson Trine, escorted by his parents, Laura and Jason, his brother Owen. Part of the basketball, baseball, and golf teams here at Dowling Catholic High School, and Oot Feedham. Want to go to college, either UNI or Kansas in the fall, and his favorite memory is scoring 34 points in a JV game. Now, how many people can say that?
Not many, because usually rolling people through there to try to develop, right?
No question about it. Well, that's the boys. Seniors that are being recognized, and the girls.
A full list here coming, right?
Oh, the boys are getting ready for that. I was going to say, they didn't do the girls first. Well, the girls are just coming out of their locker room, and you know how all that goes, Scott. You got locker room, post game, and coaches out there for Dowling Catholic, Kristen Meyer and Coach Joel Danner and Audrey Faber as they welcome Amaya Collin Campus, team manager, escorted by her mom and dad, Amy and Francisco.
And these coaches keep these managers busy during practices, running clocks, keeping stats.
All I ask Amaya is keep your mom away from me. We go back to her softball days here, and she was something else. So they're being recognized now. Next up is Morgan Redeker, one of the team managers, accompanied by her siblings, Sam and Rosie. We appreciate CISN, who are providing the live stream tonight, so we're just trying to follow along with them. And now Emma Hazel about to be introduced, the lone senior on the Dowling girls basketball team. Dowling a winner over Urbandale, 80-36. Yes, we'll get to our post-game statistics and stuff. That's all coming up here, folks. She's being introduced now. Emma, accompanied by her parents, Mike and Sarah, who are both teachers in the Diocesan School District. Mike's PE teacher at St. Francis. Sarah, vice principal up at St. Luke's in Ankeny. And her siblings, Logan and Laney. And, of course, Emma, proud recipient of the Dowling Catholic High School Activity Spotlight, February's recipient, being introduced. And she's part of the Student Philanthropy Council, Oot Feedham, also on the track team here at Dowling and Maroon Crew. And she's going to study education, go figure, with her parents both in education. So Emma Hazel, her favorite basketball memory, going to Minnesota for those tournaments over Thanksgiving break. What's that all about there, Scott?
That's a good thing for the team. They get out there, they get together, start the season, a lot of team bonding, and they get great competition to go against, prepare them for the CIML. And, we always talk about that coming back and doing the first game afterwards is always a tough one for them. But it's a good competition up there for them.
All right, let's get our final stats in so we can sign off and get to our boys' pregame show.
Okay, for Urbandale, they ended the game unofficially 12 for 41 from the field, 2 for 8 from the three-point line, 10 for 17 from the free throw line, 19 rebounds, 8 of offensive, and 17 turnovers. For the Maroons, they were 31 for 57 from the field, 11 for 26 from the three-point line, 7 for 10 from the line, with 11 turnovers.
All right, let's take a look at the scoring in the contest. First of all, for the visitors from Urbandale, they had one player in double figures, led by Lauren Salmons, 13 points. He was followed by Taylor Mulligan with 8 points, 7 points for Bree Tiggis, 5 points off the bench for Mariah Dixon. Ava Wadier with 3 points. Jayhawks were 11 of 15 at the free throw line. For Dowling, Maroons had 2 players in double figures, led by Ava Zedeker's 22 points. Followed in scoring by Katie Muller with 21 points. 9 points for Layla Tritton. 8 points for Ellie Muller. 6 points for Macy Harnden off the bench for Dowling. Nellie Johnson with 5 points. Kaylee Klein for Dowling with 5 points. 4 points for Emma Hazel, who got the start tonight. And the Maroons went 7 of 10 at the free throw line. Dowling led 37-20 at halftime and outscored the Jayhawks in the second half 43-16 to win it 80-36. Dowling completes regular season play with a record of 17-4. Urbandale falls to 4-17. Scott Babinett, thank you for all you do. We'll see you here in about 8 days. Dowling will host either Lincoln or East in their semifinal in Class 5A regional a week from tomorrow. So we'll see you then, and thank you for all you do. Appreciate it.
Oh no, it's been a privilege to be a part of this and covering this team. It's really fun, and they put themselves in a position to have a real shot this year. So hopefully they'll follow through on that.
All right, Scott Babinett, my broadcast partner. This is Mark Amadale. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back with the pregame of the boys game. 42-39 in the fourth quarter. Centennial leading Waukee Northwest at the Centennial Gym. 64 seconds left in that contest. That's another game on CISN. But again, the final in our girls game, Dowling Catholic, third ranked in Class 5A, 80-36 over Urbandale. Jimmy Cataldo joins me next, and we'll take a 1-minute break here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
This is a Young Catholic Minute.
So, why does the kind of music I listen to matter?
As Bob Dylan says in his song, "It's all right, Ma, I'm only bleeding," he not being busy born is busy dying. And essentially that's true for our Catholic life as well. Every choice we make brings us closer or further from God. This includes our choice of music. Remember that music as an art form reflects the artist and connects with listeners because they identify with it. And although we all can identify with sin, deep down inside we identify with the truth and the light of Christ even more. This doesn't mean that we can only listen to Gregorian chant. Remember, the very fact that we can sing or play music is a glorious gift from the Lord, which means we only have to start being careful when the music we listen to contradicts God and exalts things which can only identify with our sinful nature, things like drugs, lust, and anger. And when in doubt about a song, just ask yourself, what would Jesus listen to? For more, youtube.com/youngcatholic.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym as we get set for the boys contest. Dowling taking on Urbandale tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo as he tries to figure out his headset and all the stuff that goes with it, as he just got done with Parents' Night and parents participating in Senior Night here at Dowling Catholic High School. And Jimmy Cataldo, nice job. You were the only guy with a hat on, by the way.
I didn't even notice.
I did. I told Babinett, I said, it comes out here with the hat
That's
on.
the thing with you and what makes you a Hall of Famer. And I know we're celebrating
50 years of Dowling girls basketball.
But that's 5 decades, and I think when we added you up, you are 5 decades on this radio station.
First
it's incredible.
Of all,
but the reason I mentioned,
we're on CISN too.
I know that, but your attention to detail is incredible.
I just noticed you're the only one with the hat. None of the other ones had a hat on.
I didn't pay
The Mullers didn't. The Capolas didn't. You had a hat on. So, folks, that's what I'm
the
dealing
guy
with.
that's just the and one.
Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo pregame here on the boys contest, Dowling and Urbandale. And it is a special night, not only for your families. And Jimmy, first of all, I mean this sincerely. Thank you for sitting in. You could be there with your family. I know they didn't want you over there, but I appreciate you sitting over here. I found you a spot. It's close to the bench. You can watch your son and his team play. But thank you for taking time on senior night where the parents are really involved.
Well, it's multitasking first, but it gets way too claustrophobic over there on that stand. So it's a little bit open. And no, this is a lot of fun for me, and I enjoy this. Broadcasting with you, and so get an opportunity to enjoy the game, talk about the game, talk about the kids. I'm going to jump at it.
We'll do some of that maybe, but hey, it is what it is. Our thanks to our CISN crew, Pete Tarpey and Justin Wolber up there, along with AJ Laporte, I believe, Jose Guzman. I didn't catch all the cameramen, but they do a great job. So we're simulcasting and a very special event here at halftime. 50 years of Dowling girls basketball being recognized. And for folks that are tuning in, it's like, well, 50 years. Other schools have done it longer. Well, yeah, the Des Moines schools, which Dowling was a part of, didn't start organized girls basketball until 1974. I was a sixth grader at St. Anthony's and didn't even realize that was going on because I got to high school, girl-boy doubleheaders. And I kind of took it for granted, didn't realize that it didn't become sanctioned here in Des Moines and recognized here in the Des Moines area. And that's what Dowling's doing tonight, bringing back as many of the ladies as they can that participated here at Dowling. And that was all started here at the new Dowling back in 72, but they didn't have organized basketball here till 74 for the girls.
Well, you look around to the crowd and you see so many generations of women over there that going to be recognized, and we talked about this the other night, and rightfully so. It's such a prideful a basketball program that's been built by some distinctive coaches and carried on by Kristen Meyer, and it's great to see, as I mentioned, so many different generations of women who've come out to be recognized tonight.
No question about it. As we're going to remind you of other games going on tonight. Johnson is at Southeast Polk. These are all girl-boy doubleheaders on the final Friday of CIML conference basketball. Yes, there's some makeup games going on. Dowling boys will be in action tomorrow at 4 o'clock at Ankeny Centennial to make up their game. Waukee Northwest at Ankeny Centennial. That's the other game going on CISN. What a finish there in that girls contest. Ankeny's at Valley, and then Waukee has the night off. Well, Jimmy, before we go to our first break, and that'll be coming up, Dowling and Urbandale for the second time. Both teams coming off, they've lost back-to-back games, so a 2-game losing streak for both Dowling and Urbandale, and the Maroons with the win. The first time these two teams played back on January 2nd, Dowling 67-46, a very good defensive effort by Dowling at the Urbandale gym coming out of the Christmas and New Year's break.
It was a great competitive game, but you look back at that contest, and one of the key figures for Urbandale wasn't available that night in Brevin Phillips. So you get Brevin advented into this Urbandale's offense and defense, and he certainly can be a difference maker. But it's going to be very interesting to see how these two teams come together because they're both desperate for wins. You say that they've lost 2 in a row, both teams, but they have not looked very good in any of those games. So you're getting closer and closer to the state playoffs, and you want to get your team on a roll. And I know Coach Einertson talked about it, but Coach Steele King, same thing, is that you want to get your team switched around and start getting some momentum as you get closer and closer to this postseason. And this is a type of game for both teams that can come out with wins on either side tonight.
Dowling's lost 5 of their last 7 games and 2 in a row. And Urbandale, we're on the air, Phil. Good to see you. Urbandale's lost 3 of the last 5 games and 2 in a row. Phil Works, he sat right next to where you're sitting for many years, and he tolerated me longer than you have.
I've always wondered who's kind of sat before here, and that's...
Oh, him and history. Randy Morrow.
Michael Morrow.
Michael was there for many years, and Randy moved up to college, doing the voice of the Lady Bulldogs over at Drake, and Phil moved on to coach at college down at Simpson.
So it stands the chance that I may get a little bit bigger than what I am now.
We're looking at your responsibilities.
Randy Marr with Drake. And
you could be upgraded next year on the football staff. We don't know where, but we could possibly upgrade you. I know that's a secret right now, but nobody shared anything with me, but we could help your career too. Or your resume.
There's always possibilities.
We're going to take a 1-minute break on the pregame show. Yes, we'll talk about basketball tonight here at the Dowling Gym. Our thanks to our CISN audience and our Iowa Catholic Radio audience. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo. We'll be back with pregame and starting lineups of the boys contest between Dowling and Urbandale. And again, earlier tonight it was the Dowling girls, a winner to close out the regular season. Dowling 80, Urbandale 36. Back with the pregame. More pregame in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel. Online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Welcome back to the Dowling Gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. My granddaughter wants some crackers, and I forgot about the cue. So I'm sorry.
It's awesome watching you
multitask
in the role you're in now. You started this thing, we talked 5 decades ago as a bachelor, and now you're a grandfather. You've come a long
she's
way.
Here. Thank you, honey. Yeah, granddaughter Serena, her parents here, my son Alex,
awesome.
And Paige.
That's awesome.
My daughter back here.
Yep.
Ask her where she's been to Speed and Agilities at 5:30 with you.
During the break,
you seen her?
I think that's.
Have you seen her?
We're going to ask. Sometimes these girls and boys need a little bit of nudge to get going at 5:45 in the morning.
You know what? I don't defer to you too much, but I'm going to ask you to do that. Yep. Get her out there. She's going to go off the track, needs to be out there. All right, enough of that. Dowling and Urbandale, second time through. Let's talk about the matchups. I know you got about 5 pages of notes. And
I'm ready.
Our listeners and viewers here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN are waiting to hear your prognosis. Let's set the stage. Urbandale's record 6-13. Dowling's record 8-10. The Maroons have lost 5 of their last 7 games. Urbandale lost 3 of their last 5 games. Both teams have lost 2 in a row. What say you, Mr. Cataldo, about tonight's matchup in the boys contest?
Well, a lot of what you're saying brings a lot of energy and confidence, and that you want to get out there and start playing this game a little bit better than you have the last week or so. So Urbandale's coming in, and they're at full strength. All their injuries are gone, and isn't the best record, but everybody's fighting for a seed right now, as those pairings will come out on Monday. But you want to get the best seed you can get, and Dowling has 2 games in between that time, and Urbandale has 1, and they in fact just have 1 game remaining after this in their season, and you want to get as many wins under your belt. But you look at this matchup, in the history of this matchup, Dowling has won 17 of the last 19 matchups against Urbandale. So one thing to look at is Dowling's done very well, and a lot of that is confidence. You have a lot of confidence when you play against Urbandale, because you're playing against kids that I think you can compete against, and you're not as outmatched in some of these contests as the Maroons have in several of the games. You play against some very, very good basketball teams, and not to discredit Urbandale has some great athletes on this with Eker and Phillip, and they're going to give Dowling a run for their money tonight. But it's you play a lot different when you have confidence on the court. And we talked about it the other night. Dowling did not move very well against Northwest. They just were sluggish, and a lot of that may have to do with the way Northwest played the game. Got Dowling out of their game, but tonight I think it's a good opportunity to get their confidence back, for both teams for that matter, and get rolling.
All right, let's take a 1-minute break. We'll come back with starting lineups. Dowling and Urbandale, the boys contest coming up here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. Dowling girls conclude their regular season with a win tonight, 80-36 in game 1. They close out the season with a record of 17-4. Back in 1 minute for starting lineups here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
All right, welcome back to the Dowling Gym Senior Night, and introductions being done right now by our PA announcer, Denny O'Grady, who is also going to be recognized tonight in the girls' contest at halftime of the girls' 50 years of Dowling basketball. Let's take a look at starters tonight for Urbandale. Head coach in his first year, Clay Thilking. And let's see if the Jayhawks are going to give, the first three are right. Yep, Walker. All right, we're good. So Brevin Phillips will start at one forward, a 6'6" senior, averaging 13.5 points, 7.5 rebounds, wearing number 2. Calvin Flood, another senior at 5'11", averaging 7 points. He'll wear number 4 at one guard. The other guard is Grant Eaker, Urbandale's leading scorer, with 55 made threes. 6'3" senior, averaging 15.5 points, 5 rebounds. Eaker will wear number 5. Another forward, John Walker, 6'5" senior, averaging 5.5 points, 4.5 rebounds. And Tommy Salmon gets a start at center tonight for Urbandale. A 6'4" senior, averaging 4 points, and has 7 blocks, 11 steals on the year. Urbandale assisted by John Hardison, Charlie Crowley, and Orv Salmon, who's a volunteer coach. Sophomore coach is Tony Perez. Clay Thilking in his first year, their record 6-13. Clay spent the last 2 years at Dowling. And now for the Maroons on senior night, we'll start all seniors. At one guard, Dante Cataldo, a 6-foot senior, averaging 3 points, and he'll wear number 2. The point guard is Joey Coppola, 5'11" senior, leads the team in 3-point shots made with 47 and an average of 13.5 points. He'll wear number 4. The other at one forward is Ryan Kleppe, 6'3" senior, averaging 10 points, 5 rebounds. Kleppe at number 12, and number 21 will be Riddick Metten, 6'3" senior, averaging 13 points. In the center, Mr. Double-Double, senior Joe Broderick, 6'4" senior, averaging 12 points, 11 rebounds. He'll wear number 10. Dowling comes in with a record of 8-10. Head coach Justin Einertson his first year, assisted by John Nagel, Jimmy Neha, Zach Nicholson, and Kevin O'Hare. And that is the tale of the tape. Jimmy, final comments before our tip-off.
Well, I think you look at this game and who's going to dictate the tempo. Both teams are going to play really good defense, but who's going to dictate the tempo? And one thing that stands out is Dowling's ability to crash the boards on offense. Dowling has 201 offensive rebounds on the year to Urbandale's 126. So Dowling, and they've made their living at crashing the boards on offense. So getting second shots on the offensive side, and then get out and run and dictate the tempo, and that's what would be great to see the Maroons do tonight.
I thought it was a reunion of the girls' teams, and now you got Coach Michael Connor, who's now in the Waukee system, and I'm recognizing a few of these names, like Mr. Ben Bozen and company. What's going on, Jimmy?
Joey Kern, Ben Bozen, Luke Yasinich, annual award that the Maroons give.
The Nick Niedert Award. Yes.
I saw these guys before the game, and I said, "What?" I said, "When's the pickup game?" I mean, now you look at these guys, I'm in. I mean, this looks like a great pickup game.
So Joe Broderick presented the Nick Niedert Award. That's a special award given to a Dowling boys athlete in honor of Nick Niedert, who passed away and was a big part of the program, Niedert family, and they're being recognized tonight. I thought some of that was going to happen next week, but they're going to get it all in tonight. And a reminder about our broadcasting. Tomorrow, Dowling boys play at Centennial. That game will be on CISN, and I'll be part of that broadcast. It will not be on radio. Are you going to be there?
I will be there, and I got snubbed.
Because I'm with the 5A Assistant Coach of the Year in high school football, that being Mr. Andy Pollock. I'll be part of his telecast with CISN.
I mean, if you think you're going to get any room in the stands, you're not getting any. I think he probably gives you less talking time than you give me, but
I'm gonna show up.
That's
4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
Fun.
Yeah. For Urbandale, their final game will be of the regular season will be Thursday, February 15th at Hoover at 6:30. So just a little programming note for both teams. Dowling wins the tip. Metten for 3, no good, left corner, and a rebound out to Urbandale. Brevin Phillips, Calvin Flood, Grant Eaker with the rebound. John Walker and Tommy Salmon. Dowling going man-to-man. Eaker for 3. It's no good. Left wing. Rebound Dowling. There's Kleppe with it. For Dowling, Dante Cataldo, Joey Coppola, Joe Broderick, Ryan Kleppe, and Riddick Metten. There's Cataldo on the baseline. Dribble drives the lane. Kicks it over in the corner. Kleppe fakes a 3. Dribble drives in. Layup is no good. Good look, but he couldn't finish. Rebound Urbandale.
Tough way to attack the basket straight from the baseline. You have no backboard to work with.
Here's Flood with it. He shoots and scores for the Jayhawks. Calvin Flood, 5'11" senior with his first 2 points, comes in averaging 7. It's 2-0 Urbandale. Dowling the other way with it. Both teams man-to-man tonight. Dowling in their home white uniforms. Haven't seen them in a while. Maroon trim in numbers. Corner three, no good by Broderick. Offensive rebound is Metten. Puts it back up and in. Riddick Metten doing the garbage work underneath. Shoots and scores for Dowling.
One of the keys we talked about is the ability to offensive rebound. And if the Maroons can get many of them, it should be a really, really good night for them. But they got to be able to crash the board.
They try to lob it into Phillips. Overthrew him, but he recovers. Jayhawks maintain possession. Here's Brevin Phillips for three over Metten. It's no good. Weak side rebound, Broderick, as he out-muscled Salmon for the board. Dowling with the ball. We're tied at 2. Dowling and Urbandale here at the Dowling Gym. Glad you could join us on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN as we simulcast before a full house here in the Dowling Gym. Capola on the baseline, and Joey's shot rolls off the rim, no good. Metten taps it around, and Phillips comes away with it for Urbandale. Jayhawks in the front court. Brevin Phillips, who didn't play in the first meeting against Dowling back on January 2nd, playing tonight. There's Eaker off the screen. Right elbow shot up and no good. Rebound, Phillips keeps possession line. And a three-pointer up and good by Calvin Flood. He's got all 5 of Urbandale's points. Jayhawks lead by 3.
Maroons got to race out to match up on their defense. Sometimes they get lost in some of the pick and switch picks, and that time they got lost, and Flood hits the jumper.
Here's Metten for 3. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound, Eaker and Urbandale. Jayhawks in the front court looking to run. They get it over to Flood for 3 again. It's no good. Rebound, Capola. Joey 1-on-2, waits for help. Looking underneath, can't find a cutter. Now he leaves it for Kleppy, or rather for Broderick for 3. It's no good. Phillips with the rebound. Lit on the basket for Dowling all of a sudden. 5-2 Jayhawks. 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Long three up and good by Brevin Phillips. His 17th three of the year, Jimmy.
Got to get tighter on your defense. Can't give much room on Phillips. Phillips is much like Joe Broderick. He'll jump shot 3-point. He's made 19 of them on the year, and so he can shoot and make those 3-point shots. You got to close out.
All right, here's Joey Capola down the lane. Pull-up jumper up and good as Eaker hits the deck, and Capola with his first basket. It's 8-4 Urbandale. Jayhawks in the front court. With it is Calvin Flood. Flood pull-up jumper up good. Boy, has he been a strong shooter tonight. Flood with 7 points in the first quarter. 10-4 lead by Urbandale. There's Broderick for the Maroons. Dowling the other way against man defense. In the corner, Kleppy fakes the 3. Nice closeout by John Walker by Urbandale. Dante Cataldo in the corner. Now Broderick on the right block. Spins in the lane. Kicks it over to Metten for 3. Up off the rim, no good. And the rebound slapped out of bounds off of Urbandale. Good job by Broderick banging in there for Dowling.
Maroons so far 0 for 5 from the 3-point range. And something that's been an Achilles heel. If they can't hit them early and get some confidence, it's been a bad percentage shooting.
Maddox Capola into the lineup for Dowling. 6'1 sophomore wearing number 13. Urbandale now with the steal. And all the way down court. Phillips can't make the shot. Out of bounds to Urbandale. Now we got a timeout on the floor called by Dowling. This will be a 30-second break. We'll keep it here with 3:51 remaining here in the first quarter. Urbandale 10, Dowling Catholic 4 here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Fast Signs, Blessman International, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. And Jimmy, your thoughts here on this first, we played just over 4 minutes, and Urbandale also 10-4 lead over Dowling.
Flood has already matched his season average in just half of 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, and so he's been somebody that's and the Maroons are playing great defense on him. He's just making his shots. But Grant Eaker's a guy who the Maroons held in check to 10 points the first game around, and he's a kid that you got to find on defense because he can light it up at any moment.
All right, Urbandale will inbound the ball underneath their own basket. Jayhawks going left to right, and they get it inbounds to Eaker. His three-pointer no good from the left wing. Rebound Dowling and Kleppy. Ryan with it, dribbles in the front court, leaves it for Metten. Riddick against man-to-man defense. Down the lane he goes. Now stops at the right block, cut off. 20 on the shot clock. And it'll be out of bounds to Dowling as the Maroons have it poked away. And Joey Capola will throw it in. to his brother Maddox. Maddox came off the bench tonight and the other night against Waukee Northwest due to an ankle injury. And here's Kleppe for three, up and good. The Maroons were very patient and got the good look and a nice three-point basket from the left wing.
Well, first one to go in for the Maroons, and as you mentioned, they come in streaks for them, and once they get some confidence and guys find some openings and movement around their offense is critical, and so need to have movement if you're the Maroons on offense.
Here's Phillips with it. Kicks it over in the corner, and that's Flood again for three, and it's good. Boy, is he hot tonight. A pair of threes for Calvin Flood, the 5'11 senior, and he's got 10 points in double figures. And again, Jimmy, as you mentioned, above his average, averaging 7 points coming in, and he's lit it up. 13-7 Urbandale. Dowling with the ball. Maddox Capola, right block, guarded by Flood. Kicks it out to Metten. Now to Kleppe, top of the circle. Guarded by Walker. It's over in the corner to Capola. Joey to the left elbow. 10 on the shot clock. Metten down the lane into a double team. Kicks it out to Capola. He'll launch the three up and off the back iron, no good. And we got a loose ball foul on Phillips of Urbandale. So good hustle that time by Metten to get in a good position for an offensive rebound.
A little bit of a push off by Brevin on that, and moved Metten away from the offensive rebound. But again, I think the Maroons got to find ways to pass and cut. That fluid motion and movement really puts stress on defenses. Otherwise, if they're just standing in spots, no stress on the defense. They can just stand there, and it takes away any type of dribble drive attacking the basket that the Maroons have success with.
Now, speaking of a dribble drive, that is Kleppe with a strong move to the basket. Layup with the left hand, good by Ryan. He's got 5 points, and Dowling cuts the Urbandale lead to 4, 13-9 Jayhawks. Into the Urbandale lineup, number 13, Davis Hardison, a 6'1 sophomore, and number 23, Caden Burns, a 6'4 sophomore, in for head coach Clay Thielking. There's Eaker with it, gets it over to Hardison for three. It's no good. Rebound Dowling. Joey Capola dribbles in the front court. It's Joey Capola, his younger brother Maddox, Riddick Metten, Ryan Kleppe, and Joe Broderick, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. Joey Capola for three, it's no good, and the ball will go out of bounds to Urbandale. And now set to come in for Dowling is Nick Frericks on senior night. Nick, 6-foot senior, will come into the Maroon lineup.
The thing with Nick Frericks is the young man's going to guard you before he takes both feet onto the court, and that's what Nick's great and aggressive and plays this game hard, and it's great to see him recognize the senior year.
And he's replacing Riddick Metten. Now a long three by Eaker. It's no good. Rebound Broderick. Yeah, Nick part of the Dowling defensive secondary on the football team. Now they get it underneath, and who else? Frerick shoots and scores.
And that's the movement. That's the cutting to the basket that the Maroons, they're so successful with, and sometimes they're just not out there cutting and creating shots for themselves.
Dowling cuts to two, and they've kept an eye on Eaker for the most part in the first half. They've let Flood do most of the scoring. Now Flood again, corner three up, no good. And the ball goes out of bounds to Urbandale. Brand new shot clock, 39 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And substitution for Urbandale, Kean Riley, 5'8 junior, checks in, number 3. He'll replace the very hot Calvin Flood in the first quarter. 10 points for Flood, and he'll have a seat on the bench, well deserved, for head coach Steelking and the Urbandale Jayhawks. Jayhawks with the ball, Caden Burns in there. Gets it out to Davis Hardison. Davis's dad, John, one of the assistants for Coach Steelking. Urbandale playing for the final shot, but there's a 2-second differential, maybe 3-second differential, shot clock to game clock. Here's Riley with it. 7 on the shot clock. Now the ball tied up and a whistle and a foul on Dowling. They may get Frericks for this, we'll see, or Capola.
Fouls to give for the Maroons as that's just puts them on foul, team foul number 1 for the quarter. 8 seconds. You have 3 more fouls to give before Urbandale would go to the line.
Maddox Capola commits the foul, and now Frericks will commit the other foul. As you mentioned, fouls to give. Our officials tonight, they were here for the first game. Jason Alons, Zach Havoc, and Steve Dick are our 3-person crew, signed by the CIML. All right, here's Urbandale. Eaker with it. In the corner to Phillips for three. Good at the horn. Brevin Phillips, corner three. That's his second three of the night. He's got 6 points in the first quarter. And our score, Urbandale 16, Dowling Catholic 11, alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. We've come to the end of the first quarter here at the Dowling Gym. Second quarter coming up here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym, underway here in the second quarter. Urbandale with a 16-11 lead over Dowling Catholic. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. Here is Eaker underneath, and his shot up and good. Went through traffic, and Grant with his first 2 points. He is Urbandale's leading scorer with 15.5 points, and he scores his first two, and it's 18-11, Urbandale by 7. Now underneath. Dowling gets underneath, and a shot up and good by Broderick. Joe with his first 2 points of the night. And it's 18-13. Urbandale. Eaker again, pull-up jumper, right elbow, good. Grant Eaker held him scoreless in the first quarter. He's got 4 quick points. We'll get our first quarter statistics from Mr. Cataldo here when we get a break. Here's Gillespie with it. Ryan, right elbow, pull-up jumper, rolls off the rim, no good. Eaker with the rebound. 20-13 Urbandale. Dowling won the first meeting, 67-46 back on January 2nd. And now underneath, a shot up and good by the Jayhawks. That's Caden Burns with the shot. Foul on Dowling. They'll count the basket. Capola picks up his second. That's Maddox Capola. And an and one coming up for Burns. And now we've got a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here with 6:55 to go here in the second quarter. Urbandale 22, Dowling 13. Jimmy?
First quarter numbers for both teams. Dowling goes 5 of 14 from the field, which included 1 of 8 from 3, 7 rebounds, and no turnovers. No turnovers by either team in the first quarter. Urbandale, hot shooting, 6 of 14 from the field, 6 total rebounds. And, you know, one of the nice shots that you don't see a ton of in today's game is the mid-range jump shot. And Grant Eaker, you know, hits a 10-foot jump shot, and such something you don't see very often. It's a young man who's very, very talented inside, outside, and it's impressive to see young kids like that taking 10, 12-foot jump shots.
All right, at the free throw line for Urbandale's Caden Burns, averaging 5 points, 3.5 rebounds off the bench tonight. Free throw no good. Both teams did not shoot free throws in the first quarter. That was our first free throw of the game. And now here's Broderick underneath. His shot up and no good. And they're going to whistle a foul on Broderick, as drawing the charge for Urbandale is Kean Riley. So Joe Broderick with his first foul, and they'll wipe out any attempt at a free throw.
Riley sneaks in at the, as Joe's attacking the basket and gets his feet set, squares up, and draws the contact. And it's a charge going to be every time.
Jayhawks with it. Here's Phillips coming off a ball screen, guarded by Broderick. They pass underneath to Burns. His shot up and good, and the Maroons getting beat on both sides of the ball. Burns with his 4th point off the bench. 24-13. Urbandale with their largest lead of 11 over Dowling. Now whistling a foul as Metten is fouled by Hardison. Oh, check that. It'll be on Brevin Phillips, his second. So he will more than likely go to the bench. And he'll be replaced by John Walker.
Yeah, watching Coach Stillking over the past couple of years, he's certainly conservative when it comes to early fouls, and Brevin may sit out. 6 minutes left in the second quarter. You might see him sit for the next 4 minutes on the game clock.
He may get in offense, defense at the end of the quarter. You never know. Here's Coppola. Pass over in the corner to Broderick. Joe for 3. It's no good. And rebound Urbandale. Jayhawks coming away with that. It's Kean Riley off the bench for Urbandale. And now an offensive foul on Urbandale, and that was Eaker dribble driving. They're going to get Kean Riley for the illegal screen.
Urbandale's doing a lot of pick and roll on their offensive sets, and it's opened up a couple times last time down, and so he's up on the top of the key picks. You got to watch for the roll down to the lane, which they've been successful last 2 times down.
Now here's Metten on the right block. He may have got caught too deep. He did. He kicks it out to Maddox Coppola. He'll launch the 3 up and off the rim and glass. No good. Rebound Urbandale. John Walker with the rebound. 24-13. Urbandale's lead is 11. Jayhawks in the front court. 3-pointer up and good. And Eaker is lighting it up. He's taken the place of where Flood did in the first quarter. That's his 6th point of the quarter. 27-13, 14-point lead for Urbandale, and now whistling a foul on the Jayhawks. And that'll be on Grant Eaker, his first. Maroons trying to find an answer.
Well, Urbandale, it's just barely into the second quarter of this game, and 12 of their shots have been 3-point shots, and they've hit 5 of them. So something that the Maroons got to extend their defense, but when you extend your defense, then you make yourself susceptible to the pick and roll.
All right, here's Metten in the lane. He draws they're going to call a foul. I thought they were traveling on Riddick Metten. So that'll wipe off the possession. It'll be Urbandale basketball. Dowling trying to find an answer, and it's been on the defensive end, Jimmy. They've given up 27 points, and we're not even halfway through the second quarter. So Urbandale with the basketball. Eaker for 3. It's no good. Rebound Dowling and Maddox Coppola will bring it up himself. Maddox dribble drives in the lane, leaves it for Broderick, who was trailing on the play, and it's slapped away, and Dowling will retain possession. Here's Kleppe. Backs his way in, kicks it out to Joey Coppola. Joey down the lane, reverse layup no good. Ball slapped around. Medic with the rebound. Now Coppola underneath, his shot off the glass, good. Maroons finally get something to fall, and Joey Coppola with his 4th point. And everybody had an opportunity, but the third time in that possession was good. Now here's Eaker in the lane. His shot up and good. Grant Eaker, 8 points all in the second quarter for Urbandale, and it's 29-15, Jayhawks by 14. Here's Metten with it. Riddick in the lane. Pull-up jumper, no good. Gets his own rebound. His shot up and no good. And a foul on Urbandale. Now Dowling is getting offensive rebounds, but Jimmy, they're just struggling to find
it's something that we've seen with the Maroons when they're not moving on offense, and time again you're seeing one guy trying to create, and I think what they're trying to create is the defense to collapse and look for the kick out, but the Maroons are not finding that kick out pass. They're taking those contested around the rim shots, which are just have been contested. They just can't get them to fall. So find the kick out pass, or they got to move.
Riddick Metten hits the first free throw. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN. We're brought to you by Klein Electric, Construction Professionals, Ashworth Vision Clinic, and Bozeman the floor. Second free throw no good by Metten. First free throws for Dowling tonight. Long 3 by Flood is up and good. That young man is on fire. 13 points for Calvin Flood, and he sat down for several minutes. Now Dowling with the ball underneath. Shot up and no good. Broderick with the rebound, but he came down on the baseline out of bounds. Urbandale basketball.
Maroons have not had any answer for Flood right now, and they've tried several individuals to guard him, and right now Flood is having his way and making his shots, and that can be contagious throughout the night for him as he continues to roll with 13 points.
Now here's Flood guarded by Broderick. That's a change in defense for Dowling with Broderick getting the assignment. And now here's Hardison down the lane. He loses it. Coppola with the steal. Here's Joey. 3-on-2 fast break to Met. Reverse layup no good. Drew the foul. And free throws coming for Riddick Metten of Dowling. The foul will be on Jake Pargin, number 0, who's in the lineup. Steel King has went 4 deep off the bench here in the first half. Metten for 2 free throws here. First one no good. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Bozen the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic, and Construction Professionals. I want to thank Josephina Wilkham back at the Iowa Catholic Radio studios for being our studio producer tonight. Second free throw by Metten, no good. Offensive rebound, Metten. Foul on Urbandale, and he'll go back to the line. Foul is on Tommy Salmon, his first of Urbandale.
Just 1 of 4 from the free throw line so far tonight. Metten, a 68% free throw shooter.
And Riddick will have 2 more. He's 1 for 4 tonight at the line. And he's been Dowling's only free throw shooter here in the game. First free throw no good. Urbandale 0 for 1 at the free throw line. He joined us late. Urbandale led 16-11 at the end of the first quarter. Second free throw no good. Riddick struggling at the line. He's 1 for 6. Rebound Urbandale. 32-16. Urbandale has doubled the score on Dowling with 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter from the Dowling Catholic Gym here in West Des Moines on senior night for the Maroons. Dante Cataldo back in the Dowling lineup. He and Joey Coppola and Maddox Coppola, the 3 guards. Now a shot off the glass, no good, and loose ball foul called on Urbandale. They're going to whistle on John Walker, his first.
Good block out by the Maroons. I believe it was Maddox, Coppola, and
double
and
bonus. Yeah, double bonus for Dowling. So the Maroons will have Broderick at the line for 2.
Well, as the Maroons are down, down 16 right now. I think you look at you got to find ways to make a comeback here, and you got to make them at the free throw line. Just 1 of 6 so far at the free throw line. 1 of 7 on the free throw line.
Yeah, Broderick misses the first free throw. Ryan Kleppe will check in for Riddick Metten. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Bozen the Florist. Remember, Valentine's Day is this Wednesday, Jimmy. This Wednesday, Valentine's Day.
Look at the wonderful females you have behind you. You know,
granddaughter, daughter-in-law, and daughter. I didn't say that in the right order, but nonetheless. Yeah, you're right. I get it. Bozen and Tom Bozen will get a call. All right, second free throw, no good, and offensive rebound put back up and good by the Jayhawks. Wow, are they taking it to the Maroons? Tommy Salmon with the basket. Foul on Dowling. Broderick will pick up the foul, his second. Metten coming in, Broderick sitting down. Dowling going with Maddox Coppola, Joey Coppola. Dante Cataldo, Riddick Metten, and Ryan Kleppe. Riddick Metten, Ryan Kleppe, the 5 on the floor for the Maroons. Free throw no good by Salmon. Dowling with the ball. 2.5 minutes to go. Second quarter underneath Metten. He has his shot blocked out of bounds by Salmon.
Riddick's taking the ball so hard to the basket that Urbandale is crashing on him with multiple guys, and there are guys that are standing out there for the kick out, and I'm not sure if Riddick is seeing it, but he's not having much luck when as multiple Urbandale defenders crash on his dribble drive.
All right, the Maroons obtain possession. 15 on the shot clock underneath. A shot by Kleppe, no good. He was working on Salmon and Tommy Salmon. Or John Walker. John Walker picks up the foul. That'll be his second, and Kleppe to the free throw line. Maroons struggling at the line tonight. First one up and good by Ryan. 77% free throw shooter on the season. Dowling 2 of 9 at the line here in the first half. Second free throw gets the Jimmy Cataldo roll and goes through.
Anyway they go in, but you're always off on your free throws. The Maroons are 4 of 10 now.
I'm doing math in my head. That's 6, 8, 10.
Gee, that's what's going wrong. You're doing math in your head.
I did. 4 of 10. Thank you. 34-19 Urbandale. 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in the second quarter here at the Dowling Gym on senior night. Corner 3 by Pargin, up and in. The left-hander nails it from the left corner. His first three of the night, 37-19 Jayhawks. Kleppe on the baseline, kicks it out to Metten. Over to Coppola. Joey for three, in and out, no good. Tipped by Kleppe, no good. Offensive rebound. Metten has it stolen away from him by Calvin Flood. Jayhawks with it. Now another three coming up and good. They can't miss, and that is Hardison for three. Wow. Tommy Hardison, his first three of the night, his 14th of the season, and now the Maroons empty possession again. Here comes Urbandale leading by 21, their largest lead of the night. Now a steal by Coppola, 40-19 Urbandale. Now Kleppe down the lane, layup up, no good, and they're going to whistle a foul on Urbandale as Kleppe hits the deck. And that foul will be on Caden Burns, his first, and Kleppe back to the free throw line with a minute 10 to go in the first half, or before halftime, Jimmy.
Well, you look at we talked about Brevin Phillips picked up his second foul with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, and really, Urbandale has thrived with him on the bench, and not to say that Brevin's an extremely great basketball player, but the kids that have jumped on the court for Urbandale have really hit their shots and really extended this lead to 21.
Second free throw, no good. I think Kleppe missed them both. Rebound Dowling. 40-19, the lead, 21 for Urbandale. Maddox Coppola. Joey Coppola. Riddick Metten now for three. It's no good. Kleppe with the offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Joey Coppola. Corner three up and no good. Offensive rebound, Riddick Metten. Maroons are having opportunities. Riddick, right block. His shot up and good. The basket will count, and a foul on Urbandale. Maroons finally get something positive out of all that. Foul will be on Tommy Solomon, his second. And what work in there by Metten.
Maroons are crashing the board, getting offensive rebounds, but they're just two tails of the tape. Urbandale's hitting their threes, Maroons are not. And that would be a dagger when you get into halftime and you look at the stat sheet and how many shots you've missed.
Metten hits the free throw where he's 2 for 7 tonight. He has 6 points. 40-22 Urbandale by 18. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 24 seconds on the game clock. So about a 4-second differential. Urbandale taking their time. Here's Pargin. Works underneath, stolen away by Metten. Outlet pass to Kleppe. Kleppe over in the corner to Maddox Coppola. Fakes the three, dribble drives, kicks it out to Kleppe for three, up and no good. Rebound Urbandale and Tommy Solomon. And now a shot at the horn. Oh, not at the horn, no good. 2 seconds remaining. And I think Caden Burns wants that back. He shot it through the backboard, the back of the backboard.
A little strong.
Yeah. Southern coming in. Why wouldn't you bring a pitcher in to throw it the length of the court? Cole Southern inbound it for Dowling. Gets to Broderick. Now to Coppola. Half-court shot at the horn is up, and it's good if it goes, and it won't. We go to halftime with the score. Urbandale 40, Dowling 22. Here at the Dowling Gym on senior night, and we're going to have recognition of 40 years of girls basketball. That's all coming up. And Jim, any final comments before we take our 2-minute break?
Right, the Maroons got to look at their shot selection and just chip away at this. And if you're Coach Steele, you got to continue to find a way to keep your team hot shooting. And Urbandale is just making their way from the three-point line. And Calvin Flood at halftime with 13 points has been a big difference maker.
All right, our halftime score, Urbandale 40, Dowling 22. Dance team coming on right now, and they will be followed by the introduction of the 50 years of Dowling girls basketball teams that will come up. We're going to take a 2-minute break along our network stations, Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN, along with Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. Again, our halftime score of the boys game, Urbandale 40, Dowling 22. Tonight, in girls action, Dowling defeated Urbandale 80-36. And we'll take a break, 2-minute break, here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and CISN.
This is Franciscan Media's Saint of the Day for February 9th. Today we celebrate Saint Jerome Emiliani. There's nothing like personal suffering to help us appreciate the hardships of others. It took defeat in battle and imprisonment in a dungeon to help today's saint step back, review his life, and make the transition from worldly soldier to model of sanctity and service. Following his release from prison, Jerome focused on the care and education of his nephews, while simultaneously pursuing seminary studies himself. Following his ordination in 1518, he reached out to the growing number of orphans as famine and plague raged through northern Italy. After recovering from the plague himself, he founded many orphanages. He also established hospitals and a house for repentant prostitutes, one of the first of its kind. Jerome went on to found a small congregation of priests dedicated to the care of orphans. He also instructed his young charges in the faith, but it was the suffering of children that most touched his heart. In 1928, Pope Pius XI named him the patron of orphans and abandoned children. Jerome Emiliani died in 1537 from an infectious disease he contracted while caring for the sick. He was canonized just over 100 years later. There's more about the saints along with inspiration and Catholic resources at our website, saintoftheday.org. From Franciscan Media, this has been Saint of the Day.
Throughout history, our Lord has shown us that He is truly present in the Blessed Sacrament. Experience these wonders for yourself as Iowa Catholic Radio presents the Vatican International Exhibition Eucharistic Miracles of the World at Dowling Catholic High School in West Des Moines, now through February 29th. Learn more about how you can bring this beautiful panel display to your parish, school, or faith-based organization by calling 515-223-1150 or visit iowacatholicradio.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Halftime of the boys contest. Urbandale leading Dowling 40-22 as you watch the game on CISN and listen to the game on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo. Jimmy, let's run through our first half statistics before they start introducing the teams. The girls basketball team's 50 years of history being recognized tonight here in the Dowling Gym of girls basketball. Let's get our halftime stats.
So, tale of two tapes. The Maroons shot 8 of 29 from the field, which included 1 of 16 from 3 as we were talking at the break. I think that's just their Achilles heel right now on offense is their inability to make the three-point shot. 19 total rebounds and 3 turnovers for Urbandale. 16 of 29 from the field. As we mentioned, 7 of 18 from 3, 13 total rebounds and 4 turnovers.
All right, and let's take a look at scoring. We'll start with Urbandale. They were led by Calvin Floods, 13 points. He had 10 of those 13 points in the first quarter. They're introducing the year of the 70s. Oh, my gosh, look at all these young ladies coming out here. The first decade of Dowling girls basketball. Ted Power is doing the introductions here on the PA, and they're being recognized. But Calvin Flood, 13 points to lead Urbandale, 8 points for Grant Eaker, 4 points off the bench for Caden Burns. Brevin Phillips with 6 points to lead Urbandale. Dowling was led in the first half by Riddick Metten, 6 points, 5 points for Ryan Kleppe, 4 points for Joey Capola, 2 points for Maddox Capola, and 2 points for Nick Frericks. Dante Cataldo did not score. Burns went 5 of 13 at the free throw line. Urbandale 0 for 2 at the line. And now let's try to keep up with our script here. You know, feel free to chime in. You know a few of these ladies that are being introduced. 50 years of Dowling girls basketball. They got the trophies out there.
All the trophies out, and 6 state titles? 5 state titles. 5 state titles.
Hanson's won 6. One of the titles was at Des Moines East for them, but yeah, 5 state titles.
See, some of the coaches are here tonight. Coach Burkett, Coach Joe Cadero, he's out, and his daughters are out there. And you talked about
he coached my wife, so
Julie,
that explains a lot right there. Yeah,
Julie Nahas and her group. Julie Nahas Mueller now, and
look at the coaches over there: Tom Donahue, Rich Gradeville, Mike Burkert, Dr. Joe Cadero, and I think
Del Lark is over
Del
there.
Lark is with that group. Yeah, Del Lark, a longtime trainer here.
And then this group of young ladies here, and
congrats,
recognizing the 2014 state title team, and that was an incredible group with Audrey Faber, Becca Hittner.
And they're being recognized now. And it all started 50 years ago this weekend. Dowling girls basketball concluded its inaugural season, and they defeated the Urbandale JV here in the Dowling Gym, and the team avenged the 38-point loss back in 1974 season.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. And in 50 years, Dowling girls have qualified for 20 state basketball tournaments, finished runner-up 4 times, 5 state titles, as we mentioned earlier, Jimmy. And all the head coaches involved, Bob and Sharon Hansen, were here the majority of that time. Dowling Catholic, both in the Hall of Fame. Dowling Catholic Hall of Famer John Wilkinson, Dr. Joe Cadero were some of those coaches. Rich Gradeville was a longtime assistant before he took over at Johnston. And then current coaches Kristen Meyer, assistant coach Joel Danner, Audrey Faber. Coach Meyer is going to say a few words here. Del Arc, the trainer for 50 years. Isn't that amazing?
It's incredible. He was the trainer when I was here, and I thought, he's been here a long time when I was going through here in the early 90s, and he's helped mend so many injuries over the years, and certainly good for him to be out here to be recognized. But
that was Kristen Slings who gave me a hug. She's part of the state tournament championship.
Well, you're rubbing elbows with everybody.
Well, there's a few that I know.
You have 5 decades of being on this radio.
Okay. Anyway, thanks, Jimmy, for that. Let's see. 1992 was the first state champion. Tricia Cox Johnson right now, Stephanie Smith, Kathy Dressen, Julie Nahas, now Julie Muller, has a couple of daughters on the girls' team.
That was one heck of a that was
Katie.
one.
Remember that?
That was a year after I left, and there's probably a reason why.
Did you get kicked out of here?
I graduated in 91, and they go and win a state title. So
Did you leave voluntarily?
But you look at just some of these names that jump out on the sheet. Jenny Lillis Bronchek, who's now the head basketball coach at Oklahoma. I'm sure you guys have recognized her already tonight. And last night I had the opportunity to go and watch the University of Iowa women's basketball team playing Caitlin Clark, and what an extraordinary environment.
You were part of a great atmosphere. Great atmosphere, as I heard today.
It's just what they do, and what is happening right now with women and girls sports.
So 92 state championship team we talked about. 1996 state champions. Bob and Sharon Hansen were also the coaches in. Jill Knopf, Alicia Doherty, and Heather Davis. Some of the members back from the 96 team. 1998 and 2000 state championship team, Hall of Fame and former Drake head coach, as you mentioned, Jenny Lillis, now Jenny Lillis Baranchek. Kristen Slings, who I shared an embrace with, and Abby Zedeker, part of that group, are here tonight. 2014 state title teams, Hall of Famer and Drake assistant coach Becca Hintner, current assistant coach at Dowling, and Audrey Faber. Sarah Mashad, Dowling trainer, Amber Deersdorf, and Alexis Danner are all part of that group that are back here from 2014. They're all being recognized on the floor. Of course, their backs are to the CISN camera, but they're there, and they brought all the trophies out. Bob and Sharon Hansen were not able to make it back, but we wish them well. I know they're watching on the stream. They usually do.
One of the discussions.
Say something nice.
One of the discussions we had, just the other day ago, is if you had to make a Mount Rushmore of the girls basketball program, that's hard to do. I mean, I some names come to mind, of course, but to name 5 Mount Rushmore, that's tough, and that's something I bet you Bob and Sharon Hansen would be great at identifying.
Kristen Meyer now addressing the crowd, the Dowling girls coach. See if we could pick up some of that. I know kind of difficult to do.
Faith Check with Greg Ewell on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
When the Holy Father says that the practice of a certain devotion would lead to nothing less than the renewal of the entire church, we do well to sit up and take notice. Pope Benedict XVI said exactly this about the practice of Lectio Divina, an ancient form of praying over the Scriptures. In Lectio Divina, a passage is read and followed by silence. Then hearers focus on a single word or phrase that jumps out at them and allow the still, small voice of the Lord to speak to their hearts. The same passage is read another 2 or 3 more times, with each passage followed by another period of silence, and a time of sharing may follow for the edification of all. Many parishes are starting groups for Lectio Divina. It can also be done during individual prayer time. Sacred Scripture is our spiritual food, the lamp unto our feet and director of our steps. But this can't happen if God's Word remains on our bookshelves collecting dust. Let us crack open our Bibles and not only read God's Word, but prayerfully and slowly listen to what the Holy Spirit is speaking personally to us this day. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
As Kristen Meyer, the Dowling girls coach, addressing the crowd here, we hope we picked up some of those comments from Coach Meyer as we're here at halftime of the boys contest. Urbandale leads Dowling 40-22, recognizing 50 years, 5 decades of women's and girls basketball. These are all young women now, including this year's team. And Jimmy, what a special night, what a special tribute. Coaches came back.
Read a letter they got from Bob and Sharon Hansen, and that was, it's incredible. And those two were I mean, what those two coaches did for this sport here at Dowling has been unmatched, and just Hall of Famers and on paper, and an incredible Hall of Fame in the history of Dowling sports.
Well, I know that Sharon wrote the letter because I heard part of it, and I know they're watching down in Florida on our live stream, or maybe on I'm pretty sure they're watching the live stream on CISN. So
the question I want for sure is, what did she shoot today? She's a heck of a golfer. And I always ran into those two at the golf course, and Bob was enjoying, his summers, and I don't know if he kept up with Coach Sharon Hansen very much on the golf course. But
well, we missed them. We thanked them for everything they did here at Dowling. Heck, I think they even tried to teach you. I don't know what they taught you. But
I had business class.
Oh my goodness! So, all right. So that was a pretty nice ceremony. They're recognizing there's a reception up in the cafeteria. Ted Power was doing the PA, and of course the PA guy, Denny O'Grady here, was recognized with that group. And thanks for everyone to coming back to Dowling from those 50 years. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale. Hey, we're going to take a 2-minute break. Come back and. We'll return to the Dowling gym for the second half of the boys contest. We're here at halftime, Dowling and Urbandale. Urbandale leads at 40-22. We'll return after this 2-minute break here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
Watch out. He is showing us his flesh. I am Father Thomas J. Loya with the Theology of the Body Moment for Tabor Life Institute. God has taken on our flesh, and during the Feast of the Epiphany, God shows his flesh to the world. In the Western lung of the Church, God is showing this to the wise men. The Eastern lung, having just celebrated the circumcision of Christ's flesh, now speaks of Christ's naked flesh during his baptism in the Jordan River. In the East, Epiphany is also called Theophany. So why all this flesh? Because the flesh of Jesus Christ reveals his divinity and the truth about being human. This is the theology of the body. Christ's birth, epiphany, and baptism in the flesh has renewed all creation. And if this is real to us, how do we now see all of creation, especially human body persons? To find out more about the theology of the body, visit taborlife.org. taborlife.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo here on CISN and the Iowa Catholic Radio Network as we simulcast tonight. Final regular season girls and boys basketball doubleheader in the CIML. Of course, tomorrow the Dowling boys will be at Ankeny Centennial. That game will be live stream on CISN through their YouTube page. 4 o'clock. And a makeup game, Dowling and Ankeny Centennial from the Centennial Gym. You might hear a familiar voice on the call, Jimmy, if you listen closely. Oh, you're going to be a fan. Dowling with the ball underneath, and Dante Cataldo shoots and scores to Maroon. That's a way to start. That's a good start for Dowling. Dante with his first basket.
Well, you watch these kids warming up during pregame, and they had that look on their eyes that backs up against the wall. They got to find a way to fight out now.
Long three up and no good by Urbandale. Is off the mark. Rebound out to Dowling. There's Capola with it. Urbandale stays man-to-man on defense. Dowling to left to right, wearing the home white uniforms, maroon numbers. Here's Kleppe to Metten. Riddick gets over to Cataldo for three. Up, no good, off the mark. Left it strong. Ball slapped around. And saved from going out of bounds by Brevin Phillips. It'll be Phillips, Eaker, Flood, Walker, Solomon, the 5 on the floor. Long three up and no good. One of the rare misses by Flood. And a loose ball foul called on Urbandale. It'll be Dowling basketball. See who they whistle it on. And they'll say Tommy Solomon has committed his third foul.
A little bit of push off there, but again, what the Maroons do on that last possession is they dribble drive, kick out pass, and something that they weren't finding in the first half, and they were there. They just didn't see them. So maybe an emphasis at half is, hey, if it's there, take it, but if it's not, look for the kick out.
There's Capola in the lane. His shot up and no good off the glass, drew the foul. Foul's on Solomon. That'll be his fourth. So Tommy got the start tonight, but now has 4 fouls to go along with his 2 points. And Capola at the line for Dowling. Maroons are just 5 of 13 at the free throw line in the first half. See if they can improve on that here in the second half. Free throw no good by Joey, who's a 52% free throw shooter, had 4 points at halftime. Jimmy?
Well, again, the Maroons just got to chip away and value the possessions that they have. And these free throws throughout the second half are going to be big, and they're going to add up if we can make them.
And the second free throw, no good. Rebound out to Urbandale. Jayhawks with it. Here's Eaker with it. Guarded by Kleppe. Dowling stays man-to-man. And now pass nearly thrown away as Flood nearly commits the turnover. And a whistle and a foul on Dowling. They'll get Riddick Metten for his first foul of the night.
What's challenging is when you have 5 fouls, you send teams to double shot. So being aggressive on defense early in the quarter really hurts you later on as those fouls add up and put them on the line, shooting 2 each time.
All right, Eaker with it, guarded by Joey Capola, out to Brevin Phillips, guarded by Metten, traveling on Phillips. 40-24 is our score. Urbandale leading Dowling. It was 40-22 at halftime, and we played almost 2 minutes, Jimmy, with 2 points here in the third quarter amongst both teams.
Well, yeah.
All right, here is Capola for 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Medic, and his reverse layup, no good. Oh, my goodness. And the putback up, and good, finally by Riddick Metten, as you get a couple of gifts on your table. Thank you, Mr. Brian Hobbs.
I mean, that means inventory went a little high this year. This time when
he hasn't accounted for that. You might want to check the expiration date on that water. All right, Metten with the basket. He's got 8 points. And now a whistle and a foul called on the Maroons.
You look at the Maroons shooting, and now they are 1 of 18 from the three-point arc. And those things just add up, and just not finding those shots to fall down tonight. Got to find other ways to put points on the board.
Kleppe commits the foul after the Maroons turn it over, and then Kleppe commits the foul. Now underneath, Urbandale with the shot off the glass. Good, Calvin Flood. 17 points for Flood. Comes in averaging 7. 42-26 Urbandale. Metten for 3, no good. Offensive rebound. Joey Capola posting up underneath and shoots and scores his 6th point. 42-28. Urbandale leads Dowling. 5:15 to go, third quarter from the Dowling gym. Packed gym tonight with senior night and 50 years of Dowling girls basketball teams being recognized. Jayhawks with 15 on the shot clock. They kick it out to Phillips. Brevin with it, guarded by Riddick Metten. 10 on the shot clock. Brevin, top of the key for 3. It's no good. Rebound Dowling and Joe Broderick. Comes from the front court. Here's Capola. Out to Broderick. Joe down the lane. Puts up a shot off balance. No good. Rebound Phillips. And Joe hits the deck. And Urbandale with the basketball. Eaker with it. Long three up, good. Grant Eaker, 11 points. It's his first three of the night. It's 56th three of the year. He's got 11. 45-28, Urbandale. Medic for three, no good, and a loose ball foul on Dowling. Foul beyond Capola, or rather Broderick, his third. So Riddick net in corner three, and then things go south, Jimmy.
A lot of shooting is confidence. Each and every one of these individuals have shown they can knock down shots, and a lot of times it's confidence. And when the confidence is gone, the shots don't fall. And I think that's what the Maroons are finding right now, is that shooting from the outside, 1 of 20. A lot of it's confidence.
Caden Burns in the lineup for Urbandale, whistled for the travel. So for Urbandale, it's Brevin Phillips along with Grant Eaker. Caden Burns also in there for the Jayhawks. Calvin Flood in there. And John Walker. Now a long three by Capola for Dowling, off the back iron, no good. Rebound Urbandale. Burns with the rebound. Leaves it for Eaker. Outlet pass goes to Flood. Now in the corner for three by Walker, no good. Tip by Phillips, up and good. He launched himself over everyone and has 8 points. Brevin Phillips out of nowhere. 47-28, the lead is 19. Long three by Maddox Capola is no good. Rebound Urbandale. Jayhawks' largest lead has been 21. Here's Eaker coming off a ball screen by Phillips down the lane. Puts up a shot, it's no good. And a whistle and a foul on Dowling. And that'll be on Dante Cataldo, his first. And free throws coming for Grant Eaker, Jayhawks' leading scorer, who has 11 points tonight. He'll get 2 shots here. First one is no good. Eaker, 22 of 22 at the free throw line, 100%. Missed his first free throw of the year.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah. Did you put the Fosh on him?
I did. I was just going to say, I thought.
I did not.
I have him 0 for 2, 0 for 3 now from the free throw line.
And he makes the second. Eaker, that's his first free throws of the night. 48-28, Urbandale by 20. 3:15 to go, third quarter. Dowling with the ball. Here's Kleppe down the opening on the left side, up and good. Ryan Kleppe with his 7th point. 48-30, Urbandale by 18. We're going to stay in man-to-man. We haven't seen any zone tonight by either team with under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Eaker double team, gets it over in the corner. Burns for three, it's no good. Rebound Metten. Riddick dribbles in the front court to Kleppe, fakes the three, now dribbles baseline, reverse layup is no good. Broderick offensive rebound, kicks it out to Frericks at half court, and he saves it from going over and back. Metten down the lane, layup up and no good. Frericks with another offensive board. Capola for three, good. Joey Capola, left wing three, he's got 9 points, and all of a sudden it's a 15-point lead for Urbandale, 48-33.
All that made up by Nick Frericks, his ability to save the half court from over and back, and then the offensive rebound finding Capola. So Nick Frericks goes on to be an unsung hero on that possession for the Maroons.
Tonight's game in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by Bozen the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Klein Electric. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo here tonight. Timeout Urbandale. It's a 30-second timeout. Our thanks to our CISN crew who is behind us up on the, is that the track or is that just the walkway? What are we calling it here at Dowling in the old gym?
Well, at 5:45 in the morning, they're the sprint.
She's got her earbuds in. She's not even listening to you.
I'm trying to help with your daughter.
I know you are. I appreciate that. Yeah. Our thanks to our CISN crew here tonight. Broadcasting a very memorable night, senior night for Dowling, and of course 50 years of girls basketball being celebrated this year for the Maroons. Pete Tarpey, Justin Wolber, AJ Laporte, Jose Guzman, all the folks up there. Now Dowling with a steal-in basket, good. Kleppe with the basket.
Again, Nick Frericks with the steal, and injecting a little bit of life into the Maroons here in this tough second half.
And Kleppe with his 9th point. Now traveling called on Urbandale on their offensive end. So the Maroons making a little run here. 48-35, Urbandale by 13. Jayhawks 21-point lead, whittled down to 13. Dowling with the ball. Let's see if they can dig themselves out and get it to single digits by the end of the quarter. Here's Metten. Jump stops in the lane, cut off by Phillips. Good job by Brevin Phillips of Urbandale. 18 on the shot clock. Kleppe over in the corner for three by Broderick off the back iron. No good. Ball slapped around into the hands of Calvin Flood and Urbandale. Flood down the lane and a charging foul on Flood. Great job of defense by Nick Frericks. You're starting free safety during the football season.
And this is the type of athlete Nick is. He brings a lot of high energy when he gets on to the field or on the court, and the Maroons desperately needed to have some type of injection into this group. And Nick's right now, I got him causing 3 turnovers, maybe possibly 4, on the last 4 possessions for Urbandale.
Frericks in the front court. Leads it for Coppola off a ball screen by Metten. 3-pointer no good. Drew the foul. Foul is on Phillips, and 3 free throws coming for Joey Coppola. And on Brevin Phillips, that'll be his 3rd foul. Both teams with 4 fouls each here in the 3rd quarter. So both teams on the next fouls will be in the double bonus. Joey will have 3 free throws. First one up, no good. Joey 0 for 3 tonight at the line. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Blessman International, and Fast Signs. Second free throw no good. Joey's going to break the snide here. Coppola with 9 points. This one free throw will get him in double figures. Maroons stay the same. 3rd free throw good. 10 points for Joey Coppola. 48-36. The Urbandale lead is 12. Jayhawks in the front court with Brevin Phillips. Right to left in front of you. Urbandale in their visiting blue uniforms, red numbers, and white trim. And we've got a 5-second call as Phillips is going side to side instead of going towards the basket, Jimmy, and commits the violation.
It's turnover number 5 for Urbandale in the 3rd quarter, and has allowed the Maroons to cut into this lead, now down 12 with just under a minute to go.
So for Dowling, it's Nick Frericks running the point with Joey Coppola. Ryan Kleppe, who now shoots the 3. It's no good. Ball slapped out of there by Riddick Metten. Urbandale with the ball. They're in transition. And a shot up and no good by Kean Riley, and a foul on Dowling. Foul will be on Joey Coppola. His first, and free throws coming for Urbandale. And Kean Riley, who has yet to score tonight for the Jayhawks with 45 seconds remaining. Urbandale by 12. First free throw good. Riley with his first point of the night. No substitutions for either team after these free throws. Second free throw rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound, Broderick and Dowling. Here's Frericks running the point. Now we got an illegal screen by the Maroons. They're going to get Kleppe for their illegal screen, and the other way we go on the turnover by Dowling. That'll be a 2nd foul.
Maroons had last 2 possessions, not very good possessions. They have the lead cut down to possibly even getting it down to single digits, and you get an errant 3-point shot the possession before, and then an illegal screen, and sometimes you just spite yourself when you got momentum rolling.
All right, Calvin Flood in the front court for Urbandale, guarded by Nick Frericks. Gets it over to Brevin Phillips, guarded by Riddick Metten of Dowling. 20 on the shot clock, 21 seconds on the game clock. About a 1-second differential, we'll see. There's Flood. Gets it over in the corner to Hardison down the lane. Shot with the left hand, no good. Broderick clears it out of there. 4 seconds remaining. They leave it for Coppola. Joey for 3, it's no good. And we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. Urbandale 49, Dowling Catholic 36, alongside Jimmy Cataldo and Mark Amadell. Earlier tonight, it was the Dowling girls a winner, 80-36 over Urbandale to close out the regular season. We'll be back after this 1-minute break for the 4th quarter here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel. Online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Fourth quarter underway. Urbandale with the first possession, and they throw it away. Turnover against the Jayhawks on a bad pass by Eaker. And it'll be Dowling basketball. The Maroons trail by 13, 49-36 on senior night. Urbandale unofficially 2 of 6 at the free throw line through 3 quarters. Dowling 6 of 18 at the free throw line. Here's Metten underneath. His shot up and in. Riddick Metten shoots and scores for the Maroons. He's got 10 points. And the Maroons inching their way back. Down 21 at one time, now down 11. Here's Phillips, pull-up jumper, good, right at the left elbow. Brevin Phillips answers, and that's his 10th point. 51-38, Urbandale. Capola for 3, it's left short. Rebound Urbandale as the Jayhawks collided, Eaker and Phillips, and the Jayhawks have it right to left as you watch the game on the live stream or on our radio dial. Here's a steal by Metten. Riddick down the lane. His shot no good. Tipped by Broderick, no good. Rebound Eaker and Urbandale on a backcourt foul on Kleppe. And Jim, you got to look at some of the third
quarter numbers.
Third quarter numbers,
so
yes.
Through 3 quarters, the Maroons are 14 of 47 from the field, but just 2 out of 26 from three-point range. 29 rebounds, 5 turnovers for Urbandale. 19 of 39 from the field. 21 total rebounds and 9 turnovers.
Third foul on Kleppe. First team foul on Dowling here in this fourth quarter. Now underneath, Urbandale attacks the glass. And a shot up and good by the Jayhawks, and that being Davis Hardison with his 5th point. He's got a uphill battle. Down 53-38. Here's Frerichs with it to Metten. Out to Broderick, fakes the 3, takes it inside with the left hand. His shot no good. Rebound Caden Burns and Urbandale. Jayhawks the other way with it. Here's Flood, guarded by Frerichs. 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Jayhawks by 15. Here's Eaker underneath. His shot partially blocked and was blocked by Joey Capola. Rebound Dowling. Here's Broderick in the front court to Metten. They lob it back to Broderick. His shot up, good. Broderick got around Caden Burns for the basket.
You got to make every possession count from here on out for the Maroons. They'll certainly make some shots, attack the basket, play downhill, and get rebounds.
5 points for Joe Broderick for Dowling. Here's a long 3, missed everything, no good by Hardison. Rebound Dowling. 5.5 to go. Dowling down 13, trying to get it to single digits. Here's Capola. Now Broderick. Joe kicks it back out, and it's going to be over and back on Dowling and lets Urbandale get the steal. And they get a deflection. It went off of Urbandale, and Calvin Flood will be Dowling basketball. And the shot clock will not get reset. Officials are going to talk this over. Ball was tipped, then slapped out of bounds, and I guess it just comes down to who the ball go off of, and then we'll worry about the shot clock.
In today's day and age, don't the officials come over to the replay booth? And
CISN has their monitor here. No, Jimmy, they don't do that. No. That's what I get for having a football coach up here. Figured. All right, Dowling underneath. Metten with the shot up and good. He went right around Brevin Phillips, and Riddick starting to heat up. He's got 6 of his 12 points here in the second half. Lead is now 11, 53-42 Urbandale over Dowling. Just under 5 minutes left to play. We're going to take a full timeout with 4:55 to go. Fourth quarter. Urbandale 53, Dowling 42 here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever heard someone say, "Oh, another birthday"? They actually object to celebrating their birthday. G.K. Chesterton says, "A man's birthday reminds him that he is alive, when his immediate affairs would only remind him that he is at work or at play or in business or in debt. Your birthday is a chance to celebrate being born, and being born is a reason to rejoice. The best birthday gift any of us has ever received was the first one, the gift of life itself." Chesterton says, "Every time a baby is born, it is as if God has created a new sun and a new moon, because there's a new soul gazing out at creation." So, happy birthday. Want more than a minute? Chesterton.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Final girls and boys basketball doubleheader of the 2023-2024 season. And Dowling and Urbandale have the final doubleheader. Dowling girls winning game one, 80-36. Urbandale has the basketball out of the timeout. Dowling with the steal and a foul on Urbandale as they move to the offensive end. That'll be on the Jayhawks. Davis Hardison, that's his first team foul on the Jayhawks. It'll be Dowling basketball here, Jimmy Cataldo.
All this, the Maroons could cut it to single digits with the make here.
Here's Metten with it, and he did a little shuffle step before he got his shot. Straight jump shot or straight jump stop would have been just fine, but Metten with a turnover. 53-42 Urbandale, 4.5 to go here in the fourth quarter in the Dowling Gym. What a night it's been. Senior night, reunion night, everything going on. Now here is Phillips. Gets it underneath, spin move by Burns, kicks it back out to Flood. Near steal by Kleppe, and he commits the foul against Davis Hardison.
Foul number 4 on Kleppe.
Kleppe tonight with 9 points. Now the Jayhawks will throw it in. Brevin Phillips, 6'6" senior. Brevin underneath, layup good. Strong move by Phillips, and he made Dowling pay for it. 12 points for Brevin. 55-42. Broderick for 3, it's good. Joe with his first 3 of the night. He's got 8 points. 55-45, the lead is 10 for Urbandale. Now Phillips with it. Over to Hardison. Now to Eaker. Eaker's been quiet here in the fourth quarter thus far. Now Phillips with it. 15 on the shot clock. Eaker for 3 is good. I woke him up.
A little bit.
I mean, he had not scored. Now he's got 14. He had not scored in the fourth quarter. 58-45. Urbandale. Metten double team. Leaves it for Frericks. He loses it and stolen away by the Jayhawks. And Hardison. The foul will be on Dowling. And Riddick Metten his third.
Maroons picking up their full court defense to try to maybe add a little bit of desperation here with the final 3 minutes to see if they can get a turnover or two.
Trying to pick up tempo, as you mentioned. Urbandale's going to run their dribble weave. Eaker with it, gets it over in the corner. That's Flood, dribbles in the lane, pull-up jumper up, and no good, drew the foul. Free throws coming for Calvin Flood. What a game he's had tonight. Foul will be on Nick Frericks of Dowling. That'll be his second. Flood tonight with 15 points to lead Urbandale, and he'll have 2 free throws here. This one up and good.
Maroons have actually done a decent job on Flood in the second half.
Yes.
That's just his 3rd point in the second half, but 16 total. Flood's having one of those career games, just averaging 7 points a game.
Don't think he was on the scouting report earlier. He was having a night. Flood's second free throw good, 17 points. And it's 60-45. Urbandale's lead to 15. Capola for three, good. And a timeout Dowling. Let's see what they got left. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with him. 2:57 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Urbandale 60, Dowling 48. We'll return to boys CIML basketball on CISN and Iowa Catholic Radio.
Each year, men from throughout the Archdiocese of Dubuque gather to learn, pray, share, and build relationships. The 2024 Men's Conference will feature John Edwards from Just a Guy in the Pew Ministries as keynote speaker, Saturday, March 9th from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at St. Pius X Catholic Church in Cedar Rapids. Mass will be celebrated by Archbishop Thomas Zinkula, and virtual participation will be available. Schedule and registration info at iowacatholicradio.com. A message from Iowa Catholic Radio.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One. We all want to live our best life. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care when and where you need it. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Under 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Urbandale a 12-point lead, 60-48 over Dowling. Full court press out of the timeout by the Maroons. Jayhawks get in the front court. Here's Brevin Phillips with it. Reverse the ball on the perimeter. Hardison with it. He draws a foul. He's going to get Broderick for the foul on Dowling here. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo bring you tonight's game on Joe Broderick. His fourth foul and team foul number 5 on Dowling. So double bonus for Urbandale the rest of the way.
Hardison is just a 57% free throw shooter, so got to find the kids who miss more than others, and on cue Hardison makes a shot, but
nice job, yeah.
Team foul number 5. Every foul here from here on out, the Jayhawks go to the line.
Second free throw no good. Rebound Dowling. Here's Maddox Capola in there. Dribble handoff to Riddick Metten. Now to Kleppe. Ryan with it. Gives it back to Metten. Fakes a three. Dribbles in the lane. Pull-up jumper. No good. Tip no good. And the putback by Riddick is good. So Metten with his 12-point. 61-50. Urbandale by 11. Whistle and a foul in the backcourt on Dowling. It'll be on Joey Capola. What a series between Dowling and Urbandale. The Maroons lead the series 24-12. Dowling's won 5 of the last 7 in 17 and 19. And last year the two teams split, each winning on each other's home courts, and it's going to be the same this year. Free throw good. That's a rivalry.
It is a rivalry, and talked about finding guys that you can put on the free throw line, and Grant Eaker is not one of them. He's almost 100% from the free throw line this year, just missing his first free throw on the year in this game. And before that, he was 22 of 22. And
he's 3 out of 4 tonight.
4.
Made 3 straight after missing. I looked and I said, yeah, he's 22 for 22, and that was his first free throw tonight. And I was like, yeah. All right, 63-50 is our score. Urbandale ahead of Dowling, 2:15 to go. Here's Capola, jump stop in the lane, kicks it out to Metten for 3, up, left it short. And Broderick doing the damage on the offensive glass. Undersized center, drew the foul, and it'll be on Urbandale's. Brevin Phillips, his 4th. Second team foul on the Jayhawks. Dowling inbounds the ball. Maddox Capola for 3, it's no good. Offensive rebound, Dowling and Broderick. Kicks it out to Capola. Joey for 3, no good. Ball slapped around to Dowling. Metten there. Capola for 3, up, good. Joey Capola brings it home. That's his 3rd 3 of the second half. A steal by Dowling. Capola underneath the shot, no good. Rebound Urbandale and Brevin Phillips. 10-point Urbandale lead, and now a foul on Dowling, and Maddox Capola fouls Brevin Phillips. That'll be his 3rd foul. And banging away, they won't quit. Down by 10 with 1:40 to play, and Phillips back the lane here, Jimmy Cataldo.
It's just, you know, the Maroons are finding some of their shots going down here in the fourth quarter, but it's a little bit too late for the Maroons, as they just have struggled mightily from the three-point range throughout the game, but found a couple to go down here in the fourth quarter.
Joey Coppola leading Dowling with 16 points now. There's 12 of those 16 here in the second half. And Phillips misses both. Rebound Broderick. Phillips with 12 points, but 0 for 2 at the line there. In that possession, Broderick fakes a three. Goes down the lane, leaves it for Coppola. Here's Maddox. Down the left side, reverse layup, good. Maddox Coppola with a big basket. He's got 4 points. That's his first field goal of the night. 63-55. The lead is 8 for Urbandale. Jayhawks get across the timeline to Burns. Ball stolen away and deflected by Coppola. Stolen away by Broderick. Joey for three, right wing, no good. Fight for the rebound, Dowling and Riddick Metten. To Coppola. Minute to play and a steal by Flood and Urbandale. Burns in a must-foul situation, and now a steal by Broderick. He took it away at half court, and Riddick Metten layup and good. Metten with the steal and basket, and a full timeout called by Dowling. Metten with 14 points. We'll take a 1-minute break with 47 seconds remaining. 63-57, Urbandale by 6. It's not over yet. Back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
This is a Young Catholic Minute.
How can I know the Bible is true?
There was once this really smart guy named St. Augustine of Hippo. That's right, Hippo. He said, "I would not believe the gospel if the authority of the Catholic Church did not move me to do so." He learned that the Bible was true in the same way that we learn most things. Someone he trusted told him. Most people have not split an atom. No one alive saw the Battle of Thermopylae nor has ever set foot on the 16 moons of Jupiter. But we believe in these because someone who knows better than us has told us about them. St. Augustine knew that the Catholic Church was founded on the apostles, who had died horrible deaths rather than deny that their friend Jesus Christ was God, risen from the dead and present in the Eucharist. And that living witness made him believe, as it did for the Gentiles, for every Christian in history, and it will do the same for you. For more, go to youtube.com/youngcatholic.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. 47 seconds remaining. Urbandale with the basketball, trying to protect a 6-point lead. Jayhawks get it across the timeline. Foul on Dowling as Brevin Phillips will be back at the free throw line. As they whistle Maddox Coppola for his 4th foul. What a run it's been by Dowling here in the final couple of minutes, Jimmy. 40 seconds remaining. Dowling down 6. Urbandale with 2 free throws the rest of the way as they are in the penalty. This free throw by Phillips, good.
Brevin just under 70% free throw shooter on the year, and he was one person to identify as the foul, as well as a couple others as the Maroons look to hopefully chip away and pull this out with the last 40 seconds.
Phillips with 13 points. Brevin's second free throw, good. 14 points for Brevin Phillips. Again, he did not play in the first meeting between Dowling and Urbandale. 65-57, Jayhawks by 8. Maddox Coppola. Out of Broderick. Urbandale overplaying the three-point line. Here's Metten in the lane, who draws the foul. Out of bounds to Dowling. Foul on Urbandale's John Walker, his 3rd.
Team foul number 3, so Urbandale still has another foul to give.
28 seconds remaining. Shot clock turned off. Dowling inbounds the ball to Kleppe. Being guarded by Hardison. Now caught underneath the basket. Outlet pass goes to Riddick Metten for 3. Up, good! Riddick Metten with his 17th point on a three-pointer from the left wing. 65-60, the lead is 5 for Urbandale. Foul on Dowling as the Jayhawks inbound the ball with 13.8 seconds. Foul whistled on Maddox Coppola, and he will foul out with 4 points. And he fouls out with 13.8 seconds remaining here in the fourth. So free throws now for Urbandale, and going to the line will be Grant Eaker, who's missed his only free throw of the year tonight. Make it his 2nd free throw of the year, as the first one's no good. Grant came in 22 of 22 and is now 3 of 5 at the line. Second one on its way. He left it short. Rebound Dowling and Frericks out to Coppola. Joey for 3, up off the back iron, no good. Rebound Frericks, and he has it slapped away. Foul in the backcourt on Dowling, and Hardison will go to the line with 3.8 seconds. The Maroons made a run of it, but they're going to fall a little bit short. 2-possession game right now, Jimmy.
With just the three-point shot being the Achilles heel for the Maroons, but to be able to fight back to within 5. And the ball.
All right, Hardison, who has 6 points tonight, is now 1 for 3 at the line as he misses the first free throw. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Construction Professionals, Klein Electric, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. Second free throw, no good. Metten with the rebound. And we got a whistle and a foul on Urbandale and Calvin Flood with 0.7 of a second. Urbandale did have a foul to give.
Smart foul by Flood. Urbandale understanding the situation. And
I'll be out of bounds to Dowling. Third team foul on the Jayhawks. So Frerichs will throw it in with 1.2 seconds. They put time back on the clock. 65-60, Urbandale by 5. Broderick for 3 at the buzzer. It's no good. And the final score from the Dowling gym tonight, Urbandale defeats Dowling 65-60. So a split in tonight's games. The Dowling girls winning game 1 over Urbandale 80-36. And in game 2, it was Urbandale defeating Dowling 65-60. Dowling's record falls to 8-11. Urbandale improves its record to 7-13 on the season. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Hamadale. We'll take a 2-minute break along our network stations. 2 minutes. Our thanks to CISN and Iowa Catholic Radio as we simulcast tonight's game on the final regular season doubleheader for both the CIML League. We'll return after this 2-minute break. Final score once again, Urbandale 65, Dowling 60 here on Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN.
Welcome to Spirit of Stewardship. Jeremy Belsky is your host for real-life stories, encouragement, and ideas to enhance your own gifts of work, wealth, and wisdom in response to God's blessings for you.
I'm Jeremy Belsky, and today's topic is love. The root of goodness is sharing with others. Joyful generosity. I recently came across these 2 words and thought to myself, to ask someone to be generous is one thing, but to ask or encourage that person to be joyful in their giving can for some be an additional sacrifice. But should it be? After all, God loves a cheerful giver. I remember when I was much younger, if I gave a friend 50 cents, I would expect that friend to pay me back. What a generous friend I was. Do you recall moments in your past when the love in your heart did not match the charity of your actions? Was selfishness a factor in your effort to love thy neighbor through your gift of sharing? In the New Testament, Paul gives us words of wisdom regarding sharing when he says in Titus chapter 3, verse 14, "But let your people, too, learn to devote themselves to good works, to supply urgent needs, so that they may not be unproductive." Our want to leave in comparison to our need to love comes from the will of the Father for each of us to joyfully share unselfish acts of love with one another. Love is truly the root of so much good God has blessed us during our lifetime. Today, let us be a reminder of that love for others when Jesus shares with us, "Love one another as I have loved you." I'm Jeremy Belsky, your host for Spirit of Stewardship.
To learn how you can better share your talents and resources, contact your local parish priest. Your level of involvement in the church now positively impacts our faith in the future.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym post-game show. This will be our final segment with CISN. We appreciate having CISN along tonight. Mark Hamadale, Jimmy Cataldo, and Jimmy, it was a tough night for the Maroons. Dowling losing 65-60 to Urbandale. Congratulations to the Jayhawks. And I was visiting with a classmate of mine who made it back for the girls' 50-year reunion. So I got to catch up on.
I've never
stats,
seen you so distracted with family and
no, it's a nuts.
What a special night for you. Your whole family was here, grandkids,
well,
child.
No. Father Mike wasn't here. He's up at Ankeny watching on the live stream, I'm sure. But hey, I need you to kill some time.
Yeah,
so
let's do this. So let me spend some time on what I saw on the stat sheets. Maroons shot 33% from the field, which was 23 of 68. But again, go back to the area where that I think they really shot him in the foot was going 6 of 37 for 16% from the three-point range. They did get 40 total rebounds and 8 turnovers. For the victorious Urbandale Jayhawks, 23 of 45 from the field, 51%, 26 total rebounds, and 15 turnovers. So the Maroons win the rebound battle, they win the turnover battle, but they did not win the all-important three-point shooting battle. And that just continued to compound itself to get those empty possessions, as they were just 2 of 26 through the third quarter from three-point range. Those misses, when they go one and done, Urbandale fighting back, and again, good shooting night, production night for Calvin Flood. Grant Eaker had a little bit of slow start, but he came on very, very strong in the second half, and those two individuals certainly provided an offensive spark for Urbandale.
They certainly did, and congratulations to head coach Clay Phil King. Yes, he was the Dowling coach the last couple of years and moved over to Urbandale. That's his home school, and he got the job. So congratulations to Jayhawks. They improved their record to 7-13 on the year. They have one game left in the regular season. They travel to Hoover next Thursday, February 15th, for a 6:30 game, and I'm guessing they will be playing on that Monday play-in game on February 19th at 7 o'clock. That'll be announced on Monday with the boys' brackets coming out. For Dowling Catholic, they'll be in action tomorrow, as Dowling was at Ankeny Centennial, 4 o'clock at the Centennial Gym. That'll be carried on CISN through their YouTube page, so be mindful of that. Then next week we'll be on the air against Dowling and Lincoln right here at the Dowling Gym. 6 o'clock Tuesday night we'll be on the air, 6:15 tip-off. And then Thursday, Dowling at Norwalk. That'll be a 7:15 pregame, 7:30 tip-off at the brand-new Norwalk Gym that we hear so much about. And you're on the road. I think you're out of town, so what game
I got to work. I have to work Thursday for the Norwalk game.
You'll be back for the Norwalk game.
I will not be back for the Norwalk game. That's the one I'm going to miss.
Will you be here for the Lincoln game?
Yep.
On Tuesday. Okay, so
Yep.
now we got that all set. All right, let's run down the scoring for tonight. We'll start with the visitors from Urbandale before we hand it off to our CISN crew. This is Mr. Justin Wolber. He does a great job.
They work hard.
He does, and he wants that back. So we'll get it to him quickly. Urbandale was led by Calvin Flood, 17 points tonight. Grant Eaker was 16, 14 points for Brevin Phillips, 3 players in double figures. Rounding out scoring, Davis Hardison off the bench for Urbandale, 6 points. 4 points for Caden Burns. 2 points for Tommy Salmon and 1 point for Kean Riley. And John Walker did not score for the Jayhawks, who went 9 of 20 unofficially at the free throw line. And for Dowling, the Maroons were led by Rick Menton, 17 points. He was followed by Joey Coppola with 16 points, 9 points for Ryan Kleppe, 8 points for Joe Broderick. And rounding out scoring for Dowling, 4 points for Maddox Coppola off the bench and 2 points for Dante Cataldo. Unofficially, Dowling 6 of 18 from the free throw line. So that'll wrap up our segment here on CISN. We're going to take a 1-minute break, come back with head coach Justin Einerson of Dowling Catholic. For everybody involved in tonight's broadcast for CISN, Mark Hamadale for Jimmy Cataldo. Final score, it was Urbandale 65, Dowling Catholic 60 in the boys contest, and it was Dowling 80, Urbandale 36 in the girls contest. Our thanks to our folks from CISN. And we'll be back in 1 minute here on Iowa Catholic Radio with our post-game interview with head coach Justin Einerson.
He once lit a demon's pants on fire. He tried visiting a haunted house, but when he stepped in, it was no longer haunted. When he utters the holy name, anything unholy around him backfires badly.
Some think I can do these things simply by praying.
But even the holiest man in the world,
seriously, people,
knows where the power is.
I don't always fast, but when I do, it's dynamite.
Make fasting a regular part of your spiritual routine.
A message from Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory. Caldwell Parish offers services that are unique to the individual while following the Catholic funeral rites. Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory, Des Moines' only Catholic-owned and operated funeral home.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com.
Back at the Dowling Gym, Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo. Post-game show following Urbandale's win over Dowling 65-60 in the boys contest. And Dowling girls, third ranked, close out their regular season with the win 80-36 over Urbandale. The Dowling girls winning 7 in a row to close out the regular season. They're now 17-4 overall. And now joined by head coach Justin Einerson, the Dowling boys coach. Coach, thanks for coming up. Great effort, great game tonight, especially in the second half. But way behind there at halftime, down almost 20 at halftime. And the kids found a way to figure it out a little bit in the second half. And they did. So a little bit more effort and I thought intensity and a will to win in that second half. Something we didn't maybe see Tuesday night. I think you and your coaching staff saw it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, when you're behind, that's what you want to see. Execution was pretty poor down the stretch as far as we were still missing a lot of layups. We made a couple of defensive mistakes. I'll tell you what, that we tried to come out with the same exact defensive approach we had the first time that worked pretty well on them, and it backfired big time. So that's on us for putting in a system that we thought was going to work pretty well, and then they just torched us. But when you hit that many jump shots, you know, it's tough. I mean, we could have trapped them all, but then they're making kicks. We trapped this one on the wing here with Grant. I want to say Euchre so bad because I'm from Wisconsin. It drives me nuts that it's not Euchre. But anyway, he throws it to the corner to Phillips for a 3 at the buzzer, and it's like, jeez. I mean, if they're gonna spray it around like that, you know, it's gonna be tough on us. And that first half was an absolute gauntlet. And I mean, I give our guys credit for fighting back in the second half.
You know, you look at a young man who may have been on the scouting report as a starter, Calvin Flood, 13 points at halftime. He came in averaging 7, and that's somebody that obviously you had to account for in the second half, and you did. I think you held him to 1 field goal and 2 free throws. But what a start by that young man. I don't think he was on the scouting report radar.
Yeah, he was, the first time we played him, he was 1 of 11 from 3, and it looks like he's 25% here. So whatever he shot tonight was way above the norm, and I mean, it's not like they weren't contested. He hit a couple of 2-point jumpers as well, but those we were giving up with our original coverage, and we switched out of that. But, I mean, to give them credit, they outshot us. We couldn't hit. Were we 6 of 18 from the free throw line? Is that what I heard?
That is correct. That's what I had unofficially.
Well, this
right?
is why head coaches don't sleep. That's exactly why. This is exactly what you have nightmares about all the time when you're trying to prepare for games. It's the absolute worst case scenario, and that's what happened.
5 of 13 at the half. I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Yeah, no, 5. And that's what I was going to say. 5 of 13 at half, and just 1 of 5 in the second half from the free throw line. But we talked about it throughout the broadcast. It was the Achilles heel tonight. It was the inability to make the 3-point shot, and you know, and each and every one of those individuals are on the court can shoot the ball and have proven that they can hit these shots. But as you get in these games and you see that your team is struggling from that, what do you change as a coach? Or what do you try to do, or do you stay within what you're doing, knowing that at any point one of them is going to get hot?
Yeah, I think it's more that. I think when you try to switch out of it when you're down 15 or so, it can actually create some other problems where you're just running over the defense. They're going to give you those. So you know that they're going to be catch and shoot threes, and we had how many wide open catch and shoot threes? Our entire starting lineup is above 30%. So that means, in theory, if you shoot 30%, you shoot 30 of them. I mean, you're going to have quite a few points from that. So, I mean, 30 points, right? So I don't know what we finished, but it was ugly. And the thing that's really disappointing is we've been kind of tracking what we're finishing around the rim, and we're very below normal around the rim. And that's just tough. I mean, it's hard to draw up plays that are going to create buckets at the rim when we're missing so many either layups or post-ups. So, you know, right now it's kind of a battle of how are you going to score if you're not hitting threes. It's been tough on us. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, not a single one of these guys is better from 2, I promise. So, yeah, that's tough. I mean, should we be slowing it down? These are all things that late in the season with the 3-game losing streak, when it felt like we were about to go on a run, you know, these are things that will be beaten. I'll be beating around all winter long, or all spring long, to be honest.
Well, you look at how your team is coming down the road, it's coming down to the finish. Certainly not where you want to be as you get closer and closer to, the postseason run. And so as you look at 3 games left, and they're not easy games.
Yeah.
What are some of your focus that you're going to look at, trying to get your team into that confidence mindset as you get into the postseason?
Yeah, just love. I mean, I was pretty hard on them with the Ames game. I was pretty hard on them with the Northwest game, and I don't think this was anything other than just us not being very confident. Urbandale played really, really well for the first half too. So, we'll be crushed until we turn this around. And I mean, maybe tomorrow we get a chance to do that. So love, like I was talking in the locker room, I'm just extremely happy I get to coach more games with these guys, and this isn't the end.
Well, you trailed at halftime 40-22, but you outscore Urbandale in the second half 38-25. What an explosion in the second half, fourth quarter especially. And now how do you build on it? I mean, that's the thing. You know, how do you take the environment you had at practice here the other day and carry it out with the whistles, the striped shirts, the fans, the broadcasters? How do they carry that out? Because it's there.
I feel like we do. I just don't know if we always make shots. So, like the end of the game, last 2 or 3 minutes, we missed 4 straight, got 4 straight offensive rebounds. Well, I mean, that's Wolfpack rebounding. We do that every other day. It's absolutely brutal. Guys are all over the place, bloody noses, all kind. And I mean, our guys are good in that kind of situation. Maybe that should be our offense, to be honest. Let's just cross half court, throw it up, and we got a good chance of getting the rebound. But, you know, you just said 38 points, and we shot it so bad that that's encouraging, because that means that even when you have the worst half of your life offensively, you can still put up a pretty decent number. You know, if we make free throws, this isn't even a conversation. I got a happy senior up here, but now you just got grumpy me because we didn't.
I don't think your defense lets you down. The kids came out in the second half; their backs were against the wall, and you force 11 turnovers in that second half,
and
which really pushed
points, which
really pushed it back.
Should win. When at the half, I said if we can keep them under 60, we win. And what do we finish with? 60. Jeez, I'm so smart.
Yeah. 60. There you did. All right. Visit with Justin Anderson, Dowling boys basketball coach. Following tonight's game, Urbandale defeats Dowling 65-60. They split the regular season. Coach, before we let you go, a couple things. The 10 senior players plus student manager that were recognized between games, and, of course, your game with Centennial tomorrow, makeup game, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's talk about the seniors first. Quite a group. I know you weren't here all 4 years. You faced them, I think, last year for sure, and I don't know if...
That's a bad memory. Nick Frericks went off.
At the Roundhouse, which is not easy to do, to shoot in that place.
Yeah, I mean, it really hurts that I only get these guys for 1 year, because I have developed a bond with them that is pretty special. I mean, I can't thank them enough. You know, we talk a lot about how your legacy is still kind of up in the air, and I'm using it as a motivator, but to be honest with you, if you're a young player and you were here today and you're watching this group, I mean, you're inspired, right? You got to be. I mean, we didn't win. We shot it terrible, but you got to be proud to put that Maroons jersey on after what you saw tonight. So that's what these guys are. They're ultra competitive. They do everything you would ever ask, and even when you have lapses in execution or effort or whatever, it's easily turned around. So this is going to be forever one of my favorite teams I've ever coached, and that's all because of the senior class. They're incredible.
All right, tomorrow afternoon, makeup game with Ankeny Centennial, and my former guy I coached under for 5 years at Carlisle, and that was Bob Fontana. Take on the Fighting Jaguars tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
I love Bob, but I hope we get him one tomorrow. These guys deserve it.
Yeah, he's remembering the game that you got him here earlier this year, right?
Yep.
So
as you've noticed, with three-point variance these days, it often doesn't matter what happened the first time.
That's exactly right. And the Urbandale Dowling series, both teams last year won on each other's home courts, and it continued this year. So
all right, we're going to end that in the future.
Okay. Well, Coach, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow because I'll be doing the live stream with Mr. Pollock, and he'll be just a parent yelling at who God knows for whatever. What are you going to yell at tomorrow?
I'm very quiet.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least I keep that for home.
Hey, Coach, the only parent out here, girls and boys teams, that had a hat on during the introduction of their kids.
I've been through 3 senior nights.
But listen,
and it's
look at that.
Cataldo, we got Italian, we got Southside Heritage. You got to own that.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what the situation is.
I'm just pointing that out.
And this guy, right. You know, when you grew up and you know, you had grandfather, didn't your grandfather always give you $1 here and there? His grandchild sat behind him the whole game and didn't give him $1.
That's unbelievable.
I asked her for a snack, and she gave me one of her snacks. That was all I needed.
They don't pay you enough.
Coach Anderson, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Justin Anderson, Dowling boys basketball coach, kindly joining us tonight, and that'll wrap up our broadcast. Coach Cataldo, so again, you're going to be here Tuesday for Lincoln.
I will be.
But not Thursday at Norwalk, which is almost in your backyard since you're near the airport.
I know it.
But that's all right. I'm sure you'll catch the game because I know you're out of town on business. But your final thoughts for tonight before we send it off, and then Mr. Pollock and I will take it tomorrow on the live stream on CISN.
Well, it's incredible being able to sit in this position and see the roller coaster of emotions. And I've been in Coach Anderson's see it so many times when, you take a loss and you're so piping mad because you think that you had more out of your kids or the kids didn't give as much as you thought. And then you play tonight and your team was cold from shooting. Urbandale was abnormally hot. But you feel that the roller coaster of emotions has somewhat turned to, okay, this is what we got. How do we make this better instead of continue to push maybe this car up the hill? And I think Coach Anderson's understanding that as you get closer to that playoffs, you got to get your kids in the right frame of mind. And you beat them down so much in practice. At some point, you got to shift that even during the down times to make sure that those guys have the mental capacity to hopefully make a run. And I think that's about where they're at right now.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Dowling at Ankeny Centennial tomorrow afternoon. We'll have it on CISN through their YouTube channel. Mr. Pollock and I will be part of the announcers for that. But thank you, Jimmy, and congratulations on senior night. Dante, youngest, had 2 older sisters they were both here tonight, Anna and Mia. And both here along with his beautiful mom, Jenny, and then he had his dad here. Yeah, I saw that. So nice job with the hat. That's going to be a great picture because I know
there is your attention to detail. I was paying attention.
Earl's get that on film. Earl Holst, the photographer here.
I had to be reminded it was senior night, but it's kind of rolling and it's amazing because it feels like we just had senior night for football.
That's right.
Just the other day, and it's incredible how we're now celebrating senior night for basketball and how fast this is going.
Jimmy, thank you, and we'll talk to you. I'll see you tomorrow, but I'll talk to you next week. Jimmy Cataldo, my broadcast partner. That'll wrap things up from the Dowling Catholic Gym. Our thanks to everybody within our broadcast, including our studio producer, Josephina Wilkham. Great job, young lady, back at the studios. Our thanks to Tom Wilson, the athletic director here at Dowling, Colleen Webb, Jaron Herring, getting everything prepared for tonight's special activity, senior night, and then the 50 years of Dowling girls basketball being celebrated. Our hats off to everybody behind the scenes. Our thanks to the folks from Urbandale, head coach Joey Aguirre, their girls basketball coach at Urbandale, along with head coach Clay Thielking at Urbandale, Josh Fry and his staff. And our thanks to Dowling head coach Kristen Meyer and the girls head coach at Dowling, along with Justin Einerson, who joined us here on the post-game show. Our next broadcast on Iowa Catholic Radio will be this Tuesday night, February 13th. Dowling hosting Des Moines Lincoln. Pregame 6 o'clock, tip-off 6:15 from right here at the Dowling Gym. And then on Thursday, Dowling will be at Norwalk. We'll have that game, boys-only game. The Dowling girls will tip off their postseason 1 week from tomorrow. Dowling will host either Lincoln or Des Moines East. Those two teams will play on February 14th. The winner will play Dowling a week from tomorrow. For Scott Babinet, Jimmy Cataldo, and for our studio producer, Josephina Wilkham, I'm Mark Amadale saying goodnight and so long from the Dowling Catholic Gym. Final scores for the final time. In the girls' game, Dowling girls conclude their regular season with a record of 17-4 as they defeated Urbandale 80-36 to win their 7th in a row. And in the boys' contest, it was Urbandale defeating Dowling Catholic 65-60. Dowling boys fall to 8-11 on the season. Urbandale improves its record to 7-13. For everybody involved, thank you for listening, and from all of us with Iowa Catholic Radio, this is Mark Amadale saying goodnight and have a safe and blessed, faith-filled evening.
Coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Klein Electric, Blessman International, Fast Signs, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The preceding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.
According to the Bible, like